Yes! Get in, ladies and gentlemen. Get in, ladies and gentlemen. Easy. Welcome to Top 4 Euro Championship Edition. My name's Peter. I am an England fan. I'm joined by Oscar, England fan.
Come on, happy days is coming home. What did I tell you, man? Raheem Sterling would bring home the goods. I told all of you.
Hey, none of that.
Yeah, I can't believe I've let that slide. I'm coming back for it. Don't worry, I'm coming back for it.
Never in doubt.
This guy. I'm joined by Robin, England fan.
It's coming, it's coming, football's coming home. Yeah, that's it.
I'm joined by AD, England fan as well.
Yeah, I guess so, man. Come on, you know the
I guess so.
Coming home, it's coming home, boys. It's coming home.
Man said, I guess so. We can only start things off, ladies and gentlemen, at Wembley, where that man Raheem Sterling, who I did say will be in the big games. He's even scoring the big goals. Oscar, what were your thoughts about the England game against Croatia?
Well, I was pleasantly surprised. England played actually decent football for parts of the game. Played well. I didn't like the team sheet at all. I know our group chat and most of my timeline was thinking, what the heck is going on? When a team sheet leaks at like 9 a.m. for a 2 p.m. kickoff. And everyone is going crazy.
Hysterics.
It was a mad one still. But in the end, I feel like England deserved to win. They played well. I feel like we're going to need to be better as the tournament goes on. But it was a very, very good start. And I'll delve into it a little bit deeper after you guys give your opinions.
Yeah, pleasant surprise to see England win. Just like a pleasant surprise to see AD here today. Because, of course, we thought he would be busy. But AD, man, your boy Raheem, he's put one in the net. He's given us 3 points. What did you take from this game?
I think it's a thing where we just did what we had to do, really. Like, we weren't particularly great. Croatia were even worse. And man, credit to Southgate as well, because at the end of the day, a good team sheet is a team sheet that gets the win, which he did.
You did predict Croatia would not be an issue, which they really weren't.
Well, is that what Adrian predicted?
Although I might have to revise that prediction because Scotland are an absolute shower of crap. But, I thought Croatia will struggle in this group. To be fair, so we'll see how that goes. But I reckon they're going to spank Scotland now.
Oh, interesting. We'll get onto Scotland a bit later. Robin, 3 points for the Three Lions.
Yes, it is 3 points for the Three Lions, but at times we made it stupid hard of ourselves. For example, I still question, why are we playing a right back at left back? That was just a margin glare to me. We take how many right backs did we take? 3 out of 4, and there's two left backs that had a fantastic season in their own right, and we decided to not play them. And he said it was a tactical decision. Yes, it paid off in the end, and you have to be fine. But if we keep doing stuff like that, we will be found out easily come to the last stages of the competition. So I hope he reverts back to normal ways, and just don't make it hard for yourself, Kate. We have the players that can do the job for you. Just play to your strengths, and you'll go far. That was my only thoughts. Other than that, it was nice to see Raheem getting a goal sheet. Harry Kane missing a sitter and pretended to be in pain. Don't think I didn't see that. We all saw. But yeah, it could have been 2-0. And unlucky Phil Foden, even though your hairline was a bit, it was shining on that day.
Guys, it's not been long, okay? And I've already I've heard 2 comments about negative comments regarding this game and regarding England. Oscar, this Abdi 065 comment. I mean, talk to me. England scraped past an aging Croatia and people moving like they won it already. We were awful yesterday. Let's be real. If we face a half decent side, we're getting moved to. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me just say, look. I don't think we were awful at all. Listen, Croatia were dreadful. if anything. What I was very surprised at the fact that they didn't. It's not the Croatia that we know. They didn't turn up. I look at the midfield of Brozovic, Modric, and Kovacic, and I'm thinking this is a very well-oiled, functioning midfield. It's got top talent in there, and we didn't really get
warned, by the way.
We
were warned. The Top 4 podcast were warned about this midfield. That's why I was more disappointed.
Yeah, well, as in warned about Croatia's midfield.
Yeah, Croatia's midfield.
Because we looked at the squad. I mentioned the fact that I think it's one of the best in Europe, and yet at the end of the day, it's like they just didn't rock up. Shout out SW6 London, man, big up. Croatia really missed Mandzukic. Yeah, you know what? There was a bit of a miss of the Mandzukic. You know what I'm saying? I remember thinking about it. Even Michael, our brother, mentioned it as well, and it was just like, oh yeah, like that's who they're really like. That's the go-to man. But yeah, I don't want to hear no bad talk about this England game because look, at the end of the day, I get it. Southgate, of course, played a right back at left back. But if I remember, memory serves me correctly, that happened in the World Cup last time around, didn't it?
No,
I had a feeling that Trippier was playing left back quite a few times.
No, because you had Ashley Young on the right, and then you had Trippier on the
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So left back, yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually strange because we've gone past it, and I guess we didn't really have much left backs the last time round, that we totally forgot this could be an option. And a lot of the players like the Sterlings of this world, Trippier playing at left back, these are players that Southgate trusted from previous tournaments. So it's interesting to see that, he actually went bold and, people are at me like, are you going to back your mans? Are you backing this? And I'm just like, look, I'm supporting the team. I don't necessarily like Southgate's lineup. However, when the game came, England were up for it. They looked like they were going to take the game to Croatia. So I'm happy.
It was like 20 minutes, and I was really worried because I felt like Croatia was growing into that game, and I was thinking, now we need to score here. So thank God that Sterling came through.
My thing was, I felt like Croatia were doing niche. Yeah, they were doing absolutely niche, and they weren't going to do anything. I want to read a few comments, and then I'll say my point. Big up, Adu. Shout out to you. Subscribe if you're new.
Hold on. I was saying, is he bigging you up? But is he subscribed? Just make sure you're subscribed, and then you can big him up.
Yeah, I just said subscribe. I just said that.
No, but he's asking Ado, isn't it? He said CFC Ado. Do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? You're in the top 4 next season. All right. So do the right thing and hit that plug. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. But Oscar, I would say this though. As much as you're saying that, Croatia did niche. Did you not think that because of the experience, especially that midfield has, that any moment, football is a matter of moments. Like Croatia could have been battered all game, but the fact that it was still 1-0 for a very long period of time, you would have thought they can nick a draw here because of their experience.
Yeah, but they didn't. They didn't.
Stop.
Why are you saying stop?
Breaking news.
What's that?
Top 4 podcast has officially hit 100 subscribers.
Oh, yes.
They got man like Adu. Adu took us over 100.
Thank you very much.
And like KJ as well. What are you not saying?
I'll take KJ. Bro, listen. Obviously,
wait, let me clarify my point on the England game. Yeah. Now, when it comes to how England played, yes, England played well, but I feel like England played well based on our horrible expectations of how we thought they were going to do at this tournament. When you look at how
horrible.
Yes, going into the tournament, when you look at the 2 friendlies and how England played in those friendlies, it was really dire. It was horrible football. Like,
interesting.
You know me. I'm really, really positive when it comes to England. I'm always like, yeah, it's coming home. I'm gassed always. But when going into this tournament, I should have been more gassed considering the type of players that we have. And then when you saw the team sheet, you see Jadon Sancho not in the squad. You see Jack Grealish on the bench. You see Raheem Sterling starting, who, in my opinion, he's had a horrible end to the season. I did fear the worst. So when the game started and England took the game to Croatia, and we had, Trippier played a ball over the top, Mount played one, Sterling tried to run in behind. There was a threat that was actually good, that looked impressive. But I'm still looking at it like this Croatia side gave us absolutely nothing. Like, they didn't test our backline. We saw Mings playing at defense, didn't look out of shape or in any wrong position at all throughout the entire game. And then when it comes to us going forward, I feel like we could have been a bit more creative. I feel like we could have created more chances. You know, Kane had the one that he missed that Robin is getting onto him for. And then Foden hit the post, and then the goal. Other than that, I feel like we're going to need more to beat Scotland and Czech Republic. But anyway, continue.
I disagree with that point, that last comment that you made there. But when Foden hit the post, the feels. You know, how was everybody at that moment? Because we were giving it to Croatia at that time, and it was one of those. One of these has to go in, otherwise, you know, the wind could blow the other way. But when Foden hit the post, it was just like, come on! If he scored that though, like that just sums up his season, doesn't it? It just sums up what the year is for him. Because you know what an absolute trajectory he's had this year. Calvin Phillips, guys, my goodness, man of the match performance for me. I thought he was the best player on the pitch. I thought he'd done superbly well. And, you know, I didn't necessarily expect it from him, in all honesty. I don't know, who was your sort of player of the match? Who did you lot pick out? Or what sort of things that stood out for you in this game that gave England the 3 points?
I'll let Adrian go because we ain't really heard from him. What are you saying, Adrian?
Yeah, man, I have to echo Pete's sentiments. I thought Calvin Phillips ran the show. He was getting into advanced situations. He was offering something different. Obviously, he made an assist for the goal, but bloody hell, Bielsa! What he's doing to them Leeds players, because that guy covered every blade of grass. 88 minutes on the clock. He's busting the lung. He's physical. He gets busy. Yeah, man, really good. And for me personally, I don't think, as much as I love him, I don't think Henderson should come back into the team. He's not fit. And you know, Rice and Calvin Phillips, neither of them deserve to lose their place. And obviously we saw a little cameo from Jude Bellingham as well. So
yeah,
if you can get
even was saucy.
We'll see, man. So yeah, man, it's not bad. And ultimately, we'll have to give credit due to Tyrone Mings as well. You know, he did what he had to do. So yeah, man.
Yeah, when it came to like when they were trying to block and everything else, even though you know they might have forced a few shots wide and whatnot, like there's a togetherness with this England side. In fairness, you know, and the way that they talked about each other, like you know, somebody was I think it was Phillips was saying it was an honor to play with Rice and things of that nature. And you know, you're just sort of thinking, okay, there's something about this group of boys that they're like they're mandem. You know what I mean? You will find all of these lot in a brewery. Do you know what I mean? And it's like even Jay Lings is there with the little parrot and that, with the Declan Rice England shirt. Do you know what I'm saying? Like just little things like that where in the past we've heard, you know, when Lampard and Gerrard and all that kind of that era, and they spoke about how, you know, one played for United, one played for Chelsea, the other one for Liverpool, and it was all a bit like secret FC. But this lot, these group of guys seem to be like, no man, this is gang business.
Yeah, I think too much is being made of that, to be honest. I think it's nice to have, but I feel like England have had that since the era of like Lampard, Gerrard. I feel like all the way from like 2014 up until now, the England's camp, even under Roy Hodgson, has been a harmonious camp. Like we've not heard of spats and fights and, you know, teams arguing within each other. It's been generally good vibes playing for England. The issue for me has always been how we play when we get on the pitch. And I feel like the method that Southgate used in this game was to play the ball over the top, which is why he had runners like Raheem Sterling and he had Rashford off the bench. And, you know, it made sense, you know, why he left out Grealish, why he left out Sancho. It was justified in the way the team played. And I think I just want to see a little bit more. I want to see more from them. But
do you think England were disciplined? England were definitely disciplined in that game. I'll give them that.
And I agree with SW6 in terms of Walker. There were moments in the game when I saw Walker and I was like, dude, what's going on? Whether it was misplacing the ball, you know. As for the other two, I can't remember too tough. But for Walker, for sure, I remember thinking, okay, because I think even people were on the timeline saying, get him off. Like, you know, bring Reece James on and whatever else. Yeah. Maybe it was just Oscar in my ear. But, you know, it is one of those where I do think it feels different, man. I don't know why. Like I heard what's his name? Adam Lallana's was in the stands as well. Obviously Rooney back in the thing with the family. Like for me, I guess because it's a home tournament, if you will. It's like I don't know. Maybe it's just a bit more. There's a bit more. I don't know. There's a bit more fire. There's a bit more juice. I'm not too sure. Can they top the group?
Let me read a bit of comments and then we can get into that question. CFC Adu says, even though we won, please no more Trippier at left back. I thought Trippier had an okay game. I thought he was all right, but
he played okay. But let's not do this.
Yeah, I was a bit perplexed by the decision in the first place. I feel like Shaw's had a great season. Chilwell's had been great in moments, and they're left-sided players who are left-footed. It just makes sense.
What it does tell me though, on that Trippier, what it tells me though is that obviously Southgate doesn't trust his left backs, and I think with it being Croatia, because before the ball was kicked, Croatia were quite a hyped up team as you know, amongst one of the best, right? And look, this is serious business.
The hardest team in the group.
Yeah, and you know, serious business. They were World Cup finalists and what have you, you know. And so maybe in the Scotland game, maybe in the Czech Republic game, and whoever else we get, they might revert to a proper left back. I think he genuinely thought, Croatia is far too dangerous, and I don't trust Shaw. And I don't trust who's the other left back we took? Chilwell. You know, he thought I don't trust those two. So
I completely disagree. I don't think it was about trust at all. Like I feel like he trusts Shaw, he trusts Chilwell. I think the issue is he lacks players that he knows, and he played Trippier in the last World Cup. Trippier did very, very well from him, and he's come off the back of a very, very impressive season. Oh, Spain just nearly scored. Very, very close header.
Yeah, I'm watching it as well.
Oh, are you in Seville?
Yeah, man. This is Seville. So Spain versus Sweden. A nice ball was whipped in. I can't even see who these players are. But a nice ball was whipped in and a header, and Spain probably should be 1-0 up. Brilliant save by the goalkeeper. But anyway, what was I saying?
So you were saying that he uses players that he trusts, but then I would argue the case of, you know, Declan Rice, Phillips, Mount.
Yeah, but Mount is a player that he trusts, number one. Rice and Phillips, like he had to play new players in this thing, and you understand he left out Sancho, Jack Grealish in favor of Raheem Sterling. This was clearly a squad that Gareth Southgate felt he could trust for the opening game.
But we haven't seen Trippier play left back since the World Cup.
Yeah, but that's
so how comes all of a sudden he's done it in this game? I have a feeling he'll choose left backs in the next game. I have a feeling he'll do that.
I don't know. I don't know.
But anyway,
let me get to this comment here.
KJ saying.
KJ said facts. They started Kramaric on the wing and Rebic, who scored 3 and 30 for Croatia up front. I think he's talking about the lack of threat that Croatia posed to England, which I felt was what aided our good performance because there was nothing from them. What do you guys think about that?
I agree.
No, I agree with that.
I agree.
But I'm not taking away their plaudits from England because England did play well. It's just there were times I'm like, guys, sitting on a 1-0, they're coming back and you're messing about. I easily thought, I was like, this could be 1-1 very easily. And I was waiting for the sucker punch, but gladly it didn't come.
Yeah, for real.
I wasn't nervous about a sucker punch, but I just thought, look, this is Croatia. They got a bit about them. Don't sleep on the job. That was more so my stance on that.
Yeah,
they got KJ.
I felt very, very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. But I do feel like in a game, like I said at the beginning, against Scotland and Czech Republic, England are going to need to play better. And the reason I say that is because those teams are going to be a lot more defensively astute and probably sit back a bit more than Croatia, who tried to win the game in midfield. They're not going to try and do that. So, you know, I'd like to see Grealish in the side. I'd love to see Sancho in the side. The team is just not perfect for me, but it's a brilliant start.
But do you know what, Oscar? I think that may be that point you made adds credence to Southgate's thinking. Horses for courses. Certain games like Croatia potentially a bit more expansive. We can go in behind. Games where we need that guile, we need someone to put the ball through the through the tooth of an eye. What's that saying?
Thread of a needle.
You need someone to put the ball through the eye of the needle.
Eye of the needle.
We've got Grealish, we've got Sancho. So let's see how it goes moving forward. Like, let's see.
Abdi, man, what's wrong? England played well. Played well. They didn't play bad.
If England played well, your standards are in the mud. That's his opinion, isn't it?
No, for sure. But look, we understand Croatia didn't do anything. Do you know what I'm saying? We got that clear.
Does Fred start? Does Fred start for England?
Fred starts for Brazil.
Oh,
and he helped them win.
That's a worry. That's a brilliant worry. That is.
You know what Abdi's going to say. He's going to say, yeah, He's
over Declan Rice. But yeah, no, England, obviously got off to a good start. We look forward to them playing Scotland, which is Friday night. I mean, does the country not want to survive? Does it not want to survive this week?
After asked us, he said, "Mandem, where are you watching the England-Scotland game on Friday night? Every pub and Box Park is going to be packed as hell." Well, I can tell you now, Box Park's already sold out. So if you're thinking of going to the Box Park on a whim, it's a mad thing for you.
Yeah,
it's a myth.
Yeah. Well, by the way, so are England playing at home or Scotland?
It's Wembley.
Yeah. England. Wembley.
Every England game's at Wembley.
That's a bit unfair, isn't it?
Very unfair.
Scotland are our home nation as well. But shall we move on to Scotland? Or is there anything you want to talk about the England?
Yeah.
England business?
I feel like there's a bit more juice in this England.
Okay.
This England nugget. Yeah. What did you make of Sancho being excluded from the squad?
I was under the opinion. Yeah, I was under the opinion that there's something more to it than just that. But first of all, the first problem is, why can't you have every player on the bench? I mean, why have I taken 23?
So you can take 26 people, but you can only have 23 people. I'm like,
do you know what? I don't have an issue with that because there were 23-man squads initially. So when they extended it to 26, it was just like, why are you being extra? And then it's
Oscar, come on. 26 made sense. 26 made sense. Do you know what I'm saying? Look how much
26 didn't make sense.
We played so much football, and yet,
talk about that.
It's just, don't get me started. And then, okay, so Sancho's rocked up on the coach to Wembley, and then he's told he's not even in the squad. So now what? So, you know what I'm saying? There's no point.
My issue is why on earth have you got two goalkeepers on there? Shout out to AD who just
that's a UEFA rule. They must have two apparently.
Why?
Really?
That's ridiculous.
I don't know why.
Ridiculous.
See, the two goalkeepers thing made me think there's something up with a Sancho. I don't think it's just simple as, I don't have any plans for you today.
Well,
I have a feeling there's something. So I have a feeling there's something more. And whether it'll come out in the papers later, I don't know.
Well, according to Robin, it's protocol. But we got a couple more comments from KJ about Croatia. He says Rakitic was a big miss for them. Kovacic and Brozovic offer no goal scoring threat. They would have been better off starting Modric and Brozovic in a pivot and playing Vlasic ahead of them if they really wanted to win. I was very disappointed in them. I felt like they didn't give us anything. Do you know what I mean? They didn't give us anything. Boss Light Endo says, this Euros has been so dry. I've literally watched only one half of the England game. Bring Liverpool back, man.
What are you talking about?
What have you missed? What have you missed?
You're not indulging yourself in the football. You're not inside.
I'm not having games where I have been saying, wow. Especially, we'll get on to the Netherlands.
Oh my God.
The Netherlands, that game was fantastic. But
we could be. I mean, the opening day. By the way, the opening day alone, after Bocelli, we could scrap the Euros. That's all I needed. All I needed was a bit of that, and that was good to go.
I think maybe the Austria game and the what other game?
Even then, that had a bit of that's. There's some salt. You know what I'm saying?
I was making it happen.
I like the stories in football. I like the stories. So for me, watching Goran Pandev score the first ever North Macedonian goal, it does something to me. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely enjoying the look. So far. Adu says, "Bro, are you crazy? How can you say it was dry?" Endo says, what's the purpose of Kovacic? Man does nothing but dribble nicely. Kovacic is a ball progressor. As a Chelsea fan, we're very, very blessed to have this guy because when he receives the ball like deep in your own half, he will dribble and take you further down the field. The problem with him is his lack of final ball is crippling. So he'll get to the final third, and all you need is a simple through ball to Timo Werner or whatever, and he'll overhit that. Or he'll misplace that. But, he was Chelsea Player of the Season last year because he was so good in that midfield third, the middle part of the game. He helps you keep control of the ball. He's comfortable on the ball. He can do 5-yard passes left and right. He doesn't always lose it. His press resistance. He offers a lot. He offers a lot to a midfield.
Kovacic is one of those players that if you're not a Chelsea fan, you don't understand what he does necessarily. and you don't get the price tag for him. You don't get why he's been such a high value player. Madrid, Inter, Chelsea. So unless you're a Chelsea fan or you watch Chelsea regularly, could you tell what kind of player Kovacic is? Because we've had some players like that in the past at Arsenal, and I feel like I can if Oscar's giving dishing out a good thing about Kovacic, I'm not gonna be like I disagree. I could probably totally understand that.
I love Kova. I think he's incredible. He's one of the engine room at Chelsea. Kante gets all the credit for being the engine, but Kova's there too. And sometimes when Kante's not there, he fills in. Sam Lewis said, "I would like to convert Calvert-Lewin." I would like Calvert-Lewin to start the game after the season he's had. Sam, I gotta say, I completely disagree. I don't want to see Calvert-Lewin start any game.
I don't think Calvert-Lewin does not deserve to start. No.
Do you know what? Big up Sam first of all, but Kane smelled on Sunday. Kane smelled.
I was going to bring up. I'll say Kane was very, very smelly.
He was ponging.
Very, very.
He was ponging.
But Kane starts.
I disagree.
Kane starts. We all know that Kane starts.
Yeah, listen. I'm not gonna. That is not a hill I'm willing to die on. But I'm saying he smelled, and if he's not, he has to make it rain against Scotland. He's got to make it rain against Scotland.
I disagree. Well, let me read some of these comments on Calvert-Lewin. Adu saying Calvert-Lewin is a glorified Tammy Abraham. They're about the same level. I can agree with that. KJ said, watch him at Inter, talking about Kovacic now. End product, explosiveness were crazy. Abdi says Calvert-Lewin got most of his goals in a 5-game burst at the beginning of the season. That's very, very Tammy Abraham, isn't it? So that's the same thing there. But
dear, you lot are harsh on both of them. I think first of all, if Tammy Abraham got 38 games at Chelsea, he would have scored a bag of goals.
Yeah, he would have scored 20 plus.
And same with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. If he's playing at a better club, the service that flipping Tammy Abraham can get or a Chelsea striker can get, it's Amazon Prime. You know them ones, the ball is getting into that feet. How many times do we talk about Werner? Werner is the center of attention every Chelsea conversation because he's missing hella chances.
Yeah,
big chances like that.
You don't want to give the ball to Calvert-Lewin to feet because he's a bit of a donkey.
Whatever it is, you just give him the ball. You send it to him.
As a plan B, like his physical attributes are incredible. Like there's a couple of balls where when he come on, balls up in the air, my man's winning knockdown. So definitely as a plan B, yeah, man, he's good.
I'm with that. Just on Harry Kane, I feel like, yes, Harry Kane had a poor game, but that's not because he was poor. That is to do with the system that we're playing. And in that system, Harry Kane feels like he needs to drop deep and do what he's doing at Tottenham, but there's no one to give him the ball. If you notice at Tottenham, Harry Kane, he'll score a goal, but he'll have like 7 or 8 shots on goal. He had like one.
So what? Is he going to do a Giroud and start complaining?
No. My point is like Giroud didn't come. We'll get on to France. We'll get on to France, innit? Because we'll pat him down a little bit later. But when it comes to Harry Kane, he's a high shot merchant. Like when he plays for Tottenham, he takes a lot of shots, a lot of chances, but he just scores all the time. But I think in this England game, how many chances did Harry Kane get? None. We didn't give him the ball. It wasn't his fault that the ball didn't come to him. The one time it came to him was a brilliant cross by Mason Mount, and then he missed that.
No, guys. Sorry to interrupt. Can we cancel boss like, please? Look what he's just written. Yes, look what he's written.
I prefer the white players for England and the black. You make me sick, man. You actually make me sick.
He's trolling, man. He's just trolling. He's just trolling. There's no way.
I'm moving off.
Oscar, before you go on to that, I was just going to say, I think Croatia, for example, looked at we need to clamp Kane basically and make sure he doesn't get anything anywhere because Kane was never in space first and foremost, and that's rare of him because the reason he drops deep at Spurs is that you do find him a lot of times with space, and then players running in behind him, or when he's finishing, he's never marked. It's always a question I've never understood. How can people not be marking this guy? I think Croatia did focus a lot on holding on to Kane, and obviously it meant that other players like Sterling and whatever else, were sort of had the freedom. So did Foden and players like that. So I do think that Kane was definitely man marked, but at the same time I felt like Kane, very experienced as he is, surely he could have, I want to say adapted to it, but, change it up a little bit because he did the same thing throughout the game. He wasn't trying to change his ways. And for me, that was a bit, now maybe that's a Southgate instruction, I don't know, but it just felt like if you take Kane out of the first 15 minutes, you're pretty likely that you're not going to see him return in the game at all. So that's a bit of a concern for me regarding Kane.
I think I hate to sound like a broken record, but I keep if you play Grealish and Sancho, who are creative players, they will feed Kane, and Kane will score a lot of goals. I think it's very, very clear, and that's why I was so annoyed with the team sheet. We got through this time. I don't think we would get through every time with those players playing.
That's tough to say. I'm pretty sure Southgate also had one mind on the semi-final of the World Cup last time as well.
Look, me and Adu are just in sync, yeah? That's my guy. Because he's saying, in my opinion, to get the best out of Kane, England need to stay with Grealish or Sancho so he doesn't have to drop deep. Because the whole dropping deep thing is just tedious. He drops deep.
But he does that himself, though. Do you know what? Even saying Grealish and Sancho, because I agree, it looks more exciting. But I could so see Grealish and Sancho sending that ball in the 6-yard box or in the penalty spot, and Kane's not there. Like the going deep thing, I don't think it's because of lack of service. I think that's just genuinely how he feels comfortable. That's an Endo bomb.
Get him out, Endo. You make me sick.
Yeah. No. He's trying to say that I cancelled him. I was like, no, you cancelled yourself. Yeah, you did this on you. I didn't say anything. It was your fault.
After he gave you top 4 podcaster of the year.
For real.
Nah, if Robin didn't say it, I would have said it. So, get him out of there. Can we move on from England? Because there was other stuff, Pete.
Shall we
have a group B?
Shall we go? So should we stay in the same group or should we go to the start of the tournament? What do you guys prefer?
I want to go to the same group and then we'll go back to the rest.
Yeah,
because it affects England.
Sure. So England obviously are playing Scotland next, who got beat. Nice good beating by the Czech Republic. Do you know what? The game was exciting.
There was one comment earlier, I think it was by Sam Lewis, where he said Scotland got robbed. I was like, Scotland got robbed by who? Scotland did nothing wrong.
I won't go as far as robbed, but when you look at it as a whole, some of the goals were like the goals they conceded, do you know what? Robbed is a harsh word. I don't think robbed is the right one. I don't think so.
Robbed is nowhere near.
But it was good football both sides. I think it was both quite entertaining. Scotland always looked in the game.
Scotland were very no final third. That we can get out of. There was no final third, and the keeper got packed. Let's just put that out there.
Marshall's hands. Marshall earned his checks. He earned his checks because honestly, like the way because Scotland did make threats. Robertson was bombing down the.
Of course. He's not good though.
Big up Patrick Schick because he is bad.
He should have got a hat trick.
Big up Schick. He should have got a hat trick. But what was the keeper doing?
Yeah, big man.
Look,
PR. That's the biggest howler we're gonna see at 2020.
Look, it's a howler because it's a howler because of the circumstances. But how many times do you see goalkeepers that far and their team doesn't get turned over in possession like the way they did? Like Scotland had the ball and the goalkeeper was far out of his box. I've seen that plenty of times where goalkeepers are way outside their box because your team's got the possession and the turnover was
No, Adrian, don't hear it. Don't hear it.
I'm not hearing that. Because man scored from halfway. It went up.
Wait.
Hang on. He was watching the ball. He turned around away from the ball and ran into the net and got tangled like he was Spider-Man.
Guys, I'm not having how sick the shot was? First of all, how many times does a player shoot from there and actually get it on target? You never see that. You never see that.
I just want to let you guys know, Peter used to be a goalkeeper. So he's doing this goalkeepers union thing where he defends goal. No, it's a howler.
Not defending the
Why are
no,
you
I'm okay.
so far?
Listen, it's not a howler. It's not a howler. But
45 yards out.
Also, the reason why I was saying big up Schick, yeah, the header. Because listen, we could talk about that second goal. The second goal was unreal. But do you know how sick that header was? The fact that there was two Scots on him. Now, anytime you're in a situation where there's two Scots on you, you don't get out alive. So the fact that this defender, let's bring the two defenders that were there. Was it Hanley and Henry? I said, yo, no. These are two blokes. Yeah. I don't want to be anywhere near. Patrick Schick said, "Bun that, bruv. I'm Czech. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Kosovan, but I've come up, bang, straight in the back of the net." It was two fantastic goals. That's what I put it down to.
Before we move on, let me read some of the comments that are coming through. Sam Lewis says they were very unlucky not to score. I agree. In the second half, a few chances came in. Big up David. He says goal of the tournament, man. Goal of the tournament.
Was it the goal of the tournament?
Big up Huncho says Cho is generational.
So far, yeah.
Man just came in. He's talking about Caliber to the door. He's not in any squad. Nowhere.
He's generational.
He's not in any European squad. Okay.
He's not in the Ghana squad.
He's in the Ghana squad. Yeah.
You think he's gonna get a call up?
Well, no. I've seen him meet the president. I've seen they've greeted him like he's a king.
Like, he is the king. He patterned it well. I tell you that he's patterned that very well.
SW6 says you have to give credit. You have to credit Schick with the goal. Can't blame the goalie too much. It was excellent.
100%.
No.
Oscar, the goal was fantastic.
The goal was fantastic. We're not discrediting that. The keeper, however,
guys,
so far.
There's an instruction, isn't it? Like obviously, if the ball comes over the top, the keeper's off his line.
Gosh, what a comment.
He was so far off his line and all alone. Is that what they meant by Scottish independence?
No surrender.
There you go. Have that, Nicholas Sturgeon. What's going on?
I'm not going to say he was normally off his line. I'm not saying that. But guys, the turnover and then the shot, like the mitigated goal, as our mate AD would say, to even take that strike, come on, because everything about it was perfect.
Both can be true. The strike was amazing, world class. The goalkeeper had a flipping howler, and there's no one can convince me of anything different.
I don't know, man.
It's not a howler. Every time that could be played 99 times, and he's missing 99 times.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and you're not calling it a howler. You're not talking about the goalkeeper. How often are we trying to see a player take try to lob the keeper off his line? No. Doesn't
I'm saying it was a fantastic goal. Fantastic. I'm not saying easy. It cold. Even the tactical cam saw it culling into goal. I'm 100% saying that's a fantastic goal, and it's goal of the season. At the same time, the keeper could have easily dealt with that, and it is a howler.
The keeper's blaming his players because he's thinking, how on earth have you got the ball and been turned over so fast, so quickly like that?
No pressure.
Yeah. Nah, it's like it's the size of the NBA court, bro. No way. But it was a good game, man. I'm liking Altat CFC Dens. I'm liking the football I saw in that game because it was entertaining nonetheless. There were moments in the game where obviously the air kind of went out of the game, but Hampden Park, seeing Hampden Park again with a few fans.
Sorry, guys. Morata has just missed a sitter.
Ooh, I'm talking
Chelsea versus Arsenal at the Emirates type sitter. He's been put through on goal. Our defender misses it, and he's one-on-one with the keeper, passes it wide. Spain, this guy's pathetic. Jordi Alba played.
That's what I hear about him. He's got no balls.
He's got nothing about him, man. He's got nothing. Guys, it's literally a gift. Like he's one-on-one with the keeper, and he is so far wide. It's disgusting.
Do you know what? The kind of guy Luis Enrique is, I'm surprised he even selects him. Do you know how much of a hard man Luis Enrique is? Yeah. Nah, you guys don't know, man. The guy
says, "How are Spain not winning? My goodness, they've had 100 chances. Well, no, not 100, but they've had 3 or 4 already.
Well, so they're patterning Sweden, yeah. They're giving Sweden the business.
Pretty much, yeah.
How's Thiago looking? Dictating, yeah.
Man, like Mo. Yes.
He's looking at all season Thiago. Just the planned passes and all that stuff. He's just there. I don't see anything.
Yeah. Beautiful.
He's
Wait.
just there.
I'm already getting ready to nominate Morata for not that guy this season. I mean, this tournament. But someone who knows a lot about that is here. Big up, David.
Yeah.
What are you telling me?
Raheem, Ross Clark, Sterling. Now you done, bruv. A man them out here burning the thing. Out here burning the thing. You done, bruv. England fans need to sort yourselves out, blood.
Jeez.
Congrats, man, them. 100 subscribers.
Come on.
Thank you to everyone who subscribed today. Subscribe if you're new. If you ain't subscribed already, jump on.
Yes.
Bro, man, them. Let me just say, get it off my chest, yeah. You man enjoyed the England game, yeah. For me, it was strikers.
Why was it stress?
What happened?
Did you see on the news, bro?
Oh yeah.
Just a load of howlers, bro. Fam. I hope everyone enjoyed the sun.
Yeah.
But yeah, too many man had some of that, bro.
Hey, that's another thing, actually. You see England fans, yeah? Is it just me, yeah? Or is every shot of an England fan at a game, they're 9 pints deep. Every single time. There's an image of an England fan, they are pissed.
You know when Sterling scored, yeah, the fans that were climbing over trying to get on the pitch. I'm thinking, you lot haven't had a beer for a while. Then I realized it just been half time, so they're still pissed from that 2 beers at half time.
It's not even. Listen, we remember we were talking in the house and we're saying, why doesn't England get to host the World Cup, the Euros? It's a bump. And obviously, the politics behind most of it is the fact that UEFA hate English fans, full stop, because we're frigging mental when it comes to football matches. Yeah, we lose our nut. Did you see the blue vinyl of the Euro 2020 flag on the front? What is it? 10 seats at Wembley or first 5 rows, and men were all over it when Sterling scored. They were all. This guy thought he was in a beach. This guy was all over it. Everyone, even when they're singing the national anthem, they were licked. Honestly, I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
I forgot. Taking the knee. It came very, very, very nice.
Let's talk about that. Because David, I don't know if you heard anything, but quick update for the game. Isak just hit the post. Sweden went very, very close, and as the game is going on, I really want Sweden to win this because Spain are not taking their chances. But yeah, so the players, from what I heard, the fans booed in the beginning, and then in reaction to the booing, a bunch of England fans decided to cheer and clap to cover up the boos. David, were you there? Did you see anything different?
Bro, I heard nothing, bruv. I was too busy dealing with the media, blood.
Okay.
I swear.
Fam, I just watched the game like everyone else on BBC iPlayer. Man had the computer screen there. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So, won the game 1-0. And the sun was just beating down, bruv. So, boy, congrats to England. Very disciplined.
You know how hard it was to see?
Phillips, bruv, ratings, bruv. Beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful performance, bruv.
Shout out to Calvin Phillips, man. Correct.
That Wembley sun, like, it was so hard to see Croatia's kit at times. I was thinking when I was passing to the left-hand side, I was like, and then the ball just stopped. I was like, wait, what's happening? And then I realized, damn, the Croatian people are there.
Right, that's another thing, that black kit in that heat. I said, it's curtains. I said, it's curtains. That's a recipe for the disaster. Honestly, for disaster. And trying to run and bear, it was that shade. Yeah, it was like only a quarter, if that, of the pitch.
It was thick.
So if for them men that are playing in central midfield, it was peak for you, man.
Yeah, Friday's game should be better because the shade is gone over by 5 o'clock.
Oh, okay, of course, yeah. What time's kickoff on Friday?
8 p.m.
8 o'clock?
No, it's not. It's 5, man.
Is it
5? It's nighttime. Yeah, England's Scotland is nighttime, man. 8 o'clock. It's going to be a mad one still.
Oh, okay. Oh, mate, it's peak.
You want to talk about a lash? Holy smokes!
That's what I said. On Friday.
It's going to be a heavy weekend.
You know when you see man them with the buckets of Stellas in a bucket, blood. Oh, it's game over. It's
Look
game
at
over.
that.
We need to- lads,
Man having a score. Madty.
we got Chelsea's. What you say?
Man, like show season was squanny.
We need to get back on schedule, but before
All right, go on.
before we go back to the Italy game at the beginning, I do want to ask David, because we just spoke about that Scotland game. David, can you give us your thoughts on that second goal for the Czech Republic?
Fam, I saw it, yeah. Keeper has had a howler, bruv.
Exactly.
No, beer, yeah. Real talk, yeah. Alright, granted, all keepers do this. The ball's on the other side, yeah. You've come out your box, bruv. Once you see the ball coming this way, blood, you get back in your goal, blood. Unless it's one-on-one. Unless it's one-on-one, bruv, there is no reason for you to be on the 18-yard line, bruv. And then you see the ball go over and you end up in the flipping net, bruv. Stuck in the net, you're a clown, bruv.
It's called passion. He was doing his hardest. He was fighting for the kill. Come on,
Absolute
you can't
bro. Absolute
He
howler.
was facing the wrong way. He was facing the wrong way, Peter. I can't have that.
I'm sorry, Pete.
Oh,
Once you end up in the back of the net, bruv, at least you're on the grass fine. Man was Nah.
The thing is, David, bruv, yeah.
I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
I felt sorry for Marshall because he was giving his centre half dog's abuse all game because he couldn't believe what the heck is going on. Like constantly, there was so many times where my man he's barking, veins are coming out. He's doing a Roy Keane on Haaland.
Have you heard the phrase optics? The optics don't look great, bro.
Yeah.
Don't look great, bro.
Yeah.
David, you're killing me. You're killing me today. You're killing me.
In the back, bro. You're in the back of the goal in the net, bro. I know there's passion. I know there's passion. Nah, that's.
He was doing it for the kilt. Damn it.
Nah.
That's Andrew and Haggis.
I can't lie. That national anthem, yeah, that was loud. For what? 2,000 people? They sang that national anthem.
Listen,
yeah.
the Scots are here, blood. They've arrived. You know the ones there. We've not seen them in the tournament for a minute, fam. We ain't seen them in the tournament for a minute.
They could be going home already.
Nah, man, nah.
They didn't go anywhere. They're chilling. They
were all right. They were all right. You know what I'm saying? I think they will get like a point here and there. Do you know what I mean? They can still go through. I think they'll be okay. England, don't slack. Don't slack. England got to go full pelt on these guys. Don't slack.
But that's what I see. I see England do going full pelt on them. I feel like England, if they win against Scotland, they're going to go. They have to beat Scotland and then they're through. Granted, if they just get a point off the Czech Republic.
Yeah. No, I think they're free. 2 wins, you're through. Listen, 1 win, you're free. 1 win, you're free, bro.
Realistically, yeah.
Because it's one of those where you're just like, to finish below third after you've won the first game, like that's insane. That's insane.
No,
but anyway,
question. I want to address. I'm seeing all these Chelsea fans, and I'm big up to the Chelsea lot
That's
coming through. I'm just thinking, Oscar, have you just been inviting all these Chelsea fans?
Yeah, man.
No, that's it's more than Chelsea, man. It must say he's the Pied Piper. Bro, it's not even just Chelsea, man. It's like Callum Hudson-Odoi's gang. That's what I'm seeing.
You know it.
Cali.
No,
the freaking Cali. Big up all yourselves, even if you are Chelsea fans. Big up yourselves for jumping in.
It's not just Chelsea fans. We got Mo in here as well. Big up Mo.
What team is he?
He's a Liverpool fan. I don't know if you can see the picture there, but he's a big Liverpool fan. He's defending Trent at every opportunity he gets.
AD's in Liverpool as well.
Shout out AR2. I don't know who that is. AR2 movement. He says Rudiger's the GOAT. Shout out to Rudiger. I'm excited to see what Germany do tomorrow night. So we'll see if
excited is a strong one. Let's pump the brakes.
No,
I am. Promote this. We just got 100 subscribers that don't know. So thank you for joining us. Subscribe.
Come on.
But not just Chelsea fans, but spread it. We love all fans of football. We talk everything here. So if you're new, come, welcome us. Everyone's welcome. It's now half time. Sweden 0, Spain 0 for those that's watching along. So Morata had a stinker, but we move.
Yo, Oscar? Who's the beast with the Lagos Wi-Fi?
No, that's another guy that's on Twitter Space. I don't think he's here. But
is he actually from Lagos, or is it just the Wi-Fi is that bootleg that we are claiming third world countries?
Yeah, the Wi-Fi.
You can't say that, though, bro.
You're trying to get
What
yourself
can you
cancelled, man.
What can I say?
Incorrect.
What is?
Are you 2006?
Nigeria is not even a third world country, bro.
A lie?
Wait, okay, first of all, sorry, third world country.
Nigeria is not a third world country.
I'm not saying it. Okay. If I'm back in, guys, give me a second, man. What I'm saying, listen, if it's not my bad, I'll take that L for Nigeria. Yeah? But what's the thingy? What's the wrong word of third world? I didn't know about this.
Third world countries are developing nations that are really, really poor. Not every African country is a third world country. All right.
I'm sorry. Did I name every African country?
Why would you pick Nigeria? They're not a third world country.
I was just talking Lagos. I was just talking about Lagos. That's all I was doing. So what was the Lagos Wi-Fi about? Is it not trying?
Because the guy is actually from Nigeria, but.
That's what I asked. That's what I literally asked. I literally said, "Is this guy actually from Lagos, or is this a case of the Wi-Fi is so bad it must be from a third world country?" That's what I said.
I said VPN via Morocco.
Hey, Oscar, bro, who have you brought? Oh my days! Listen, look. My bad on third world countries. I didn't know you can't say that anymore. And Nigeria, I apologize. You're not a third world country. No problem. I take that back. I hold that L.
PR, you deserve it. They're cancelling you. They're getting
Jesus.
So they cancel PR.
Are we gonna cancel the guy who said Lagos Wi-Fi? I mean, come on,
bro.
Come on.
Peter Barnes, get him out of here. Get Peter Barnes out of here.
Do you know what? Yeah, from now on, it's gonna be like Doncaster or anything. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be a Lagos with you.
That's the P. Hopkins.
Oh dear. Back on course. On course. Let's get back on course.
They're getting you out of here.
Why are you getting me out of here?
Can't do
Listen, guys,
let's get back to football.
I made a mistake and I apologize sincerely. Okay?
Okay, you're forgiven.
Jesus. All right.
Cancel. You support Arsenal as well. Get out.
Now, I don't know if we can go to Italy after this. Like, I don't know if we can go there.
Before we go, there was a question in the comments that I felt like should be addressed just because it was a question. But obviously, you had to get cancelled and ruin all the comments. Huncho said that Mount shouldn't start for England, and Adu said Mount has to start. You guys who are not Chelsea fans, what do you think? Because I feel like amongst Chelsea fans, Mount is a huge topic. What do you lot think about Mason Mount, and should he be playing for England?
Oh, he had a good game. Very good game. Definitely deserves to start. Had a great session in midfield, which made me more annoyed by Croatia. Because David's saying now we need to watch out for the midfield. But when we watched it on Sunday, they did niche. But I felt like a Mount did very well in his position, in the number 8 especially. And just creating chances left, right, and centre. So, yeah, that's how I saw.
My thing with Mount, personally, if I was picking an England 11, would he make my England 11? No. But his attributes are there, man. Like his ability to press, his ability to win the ball high up in the pitch. And let's be honest, like the guy is a decent footballer as well. So yeah, like Southgate's as well within his rights to pick him, and because we see what he offers. It's not like he's I don't know, like Adam Lallana. Actually, no, he was a baller, but you know what I mean. It's not like he's a nonsense player. So
yeah.
Go to David.
Anyone else got anything on Mount?
Yeah, I want David to go before I go.
It depends on who you're playing, innit? Like, obviously, if the other team don't turn up, like I thought Croatia would control the midfield, but they did nothing. So yeah, it depends, man, how Gareth Southgate sees the game, innit? Do you press or do you know? It's up to him, bruv. He has to do a bit of magic. Like the game on Sunday was very, everyone was disciplined. Cool, we're not facing the game. If we score, we score in it. I don't give him nothing behind. So So it depends.
Yeah, Oscar, you know how I feel about Mount. I'm a big fan of Mason Mount at Chelsea. I think with England, I won't miss him if he's not playing. So it's not really a big thing for me whether he plays or not. And also because of what you can replace him with. Yeah, that's very important. So that's Mason Mount, does he have to start? Doesn't have to. No, not really.
For me,
Chelsea he does.
When I picked my team, I remember I shared my team with you in the WhatsApp group, and I also put it on Twitter. Mount wasn't in my 11 for England, but watching how he played yesterday, I thought he was excellent, man. I thought he proved that he should be in that team.
He was excellent.
I thought he was really, really good. Other than Phillips, I thought he was the second best player. Real talk.
Really?
Yeah.
Calvin Phillips did amazing. Like Madden was saying, like, what you call it? The UEFA account was saying the Yorkshire Pillar. I couldn't believe it. But he had a great game.
Mo said, rumor has it, man leaves the house and goes to the British Embassy for daily Wi-Fi.
This guy's on it again.
I called him Julian Assange.
I called him Beyond and Wingy, bro. I just feel like I could rock up, just turn up as I like.
Yeah, but Boslack is also saying Mount shouldn't start. So you're not alone. You're not alone if you think that.
Yeah, it's just because of what we've got in replacements. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. England of old, like in the last tournament, you know what I'm saying? You drop any of the first team players out, and we're looking for scraps. Whereas this time around, at least you could say, yeah, we can bring on Jude, we can bring on Sancho, Grealish. Yeah, I mean, Saka. It's there, man. There's bare man.
The man there.
Yeah. All right. Should we move on?
Yes. Let's go to the first. Why would Foden play 10 when he majority plays on the wing in the season? Well, I like Foden on the right, cutting inside because he's left-footed. Fantastic scenes. I wish he scored that goal that hit off the post.
Sorry, Pete. Mo says Mount is a baller, man. So disrespected. People don't appreciate his press and his decision making.
I think he's underappreciated for sure. Not by Chelsea fans, maybe necessarily, but I definitely, as a fan of another club, I love watching him play.
Where does that disrespect come from?
No, it's not. Like Jack Grealish. It's like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly that. It's he's all chest. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Mason Mount is like is a fit, primed athlete that you don't really appreciate until you turn 30 plus and you realize my lungs, they need to be looked after and things of that nature.
So it's Paul Radcliffe.
It's Paul Radcliffe.
There's supposed to be pulling them.
He's Mo Farah. He's Mo Farah.
Listen, he's Mo Farah.
Hunter said, man, I guess an attacker for defending. I'm just going to listen.
Who is he talking about? Who's that?
Mount.
Oh, I mean, okay.
People gassing for his pressing, isn't it?
No, but you know what, it's these type of games where the games are won in midfield, isn't it? England usually don't do this. Like, these men always pass. Like, they always, like, Pirlo or Euro 2012 just dominated us. We could have had to get a World Cup semi-final, same thing. Modric just running the show, bruv. So, seeing that is like, this is progress, fam.
It's huge progress, David. It's huge progress. Oscar, Italy. Let's kick things off in Rome, where the tournament began. And we began with Bocelli, yeah? Shout out to Will. Big up yourself. A bit of Italian sauce to get us going. I mean, it hit me right in the feels. I dropped a tear. The full 9 after Bocelli ended his rendition.
Come on, Italia.
And then the football, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what. Let me start off by saying this: the car that took the ball to the pitch had more possession than Turkey. Next comment, you guys can hear. Unbelievable scenes.
When I saw the car,
one at a time. Go on, Oscar.
All the Turkey dark horse man, them get in a box.
Take that horse. Get in a box. Take that horse. Yeah, slaughter. Yeah, slaughter.
I'm good, man.
You know what? I thought Turkey would do things. I thought they were looking nice.
Respect for Italia. Okay, respect for Italia. Forza Azzurri.
You see, Italy. You see press. You know, Italians don't normally do press. That is not Italian's forte.
You know what? Yeah.
Boy, did they press.
Turkey turned up thinking, yeah, this was 2000. This was Euro 2000. They thought they could turn up with their Hakan Suques, and then they thought Italy would be the ones just sitting back, holding at the back. No, oh no. I saw Chiellini in the opponent's half most of the game.
That's what I couldn't believe it.
He's a hanging man. How is he still going up in your half? In your half, Chahanoglu, Chahanoglu, you should be ashamed of yourself because I couldn't find you. I could not see you anywhere. My days. Oh, my days. It was hilarious, bro. I don't know about finalists. By the way, Mancini suits and the coaching staff. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. I was ready to make an order. I said, whatever he has, I want it. But that bank account of mine.
You know that fine Italian.
That bank account of mine, the overdraft I would have been in for that suit. Flipping heck, bro. You know, I will never come out of it. You know, the overdraft that you live in for the rest of your life.
No, man.
I couldn't buy it. I couldn't buy it.
The boss I said didn't Ernest call Turkey dark horse. Yeah, and he's not alone.
Listen,
a lot of man was saying Turkey for the dark horse.
All it was is Kebab FC.
I said it's fine. Yeah.
Did that man have a shawarma before the game kicked off? Because they were blowing after 35 minutes. They were blowing.
Did you see Yilmaz?
Rob, there was a number 5 with his hands on his knees. Minute 37, had his hands on his knees. I said, you can't do, not in Rome. You can't come to Rome and start puffing. Oh no.
Did you see that own goal? Yeah, you know that old goal was purely down to fatigue. Man was feet up.
You know what? It's funny you say that, Adrian, because the contact of the ball when it left the defender, you didn't know what he was trying to do. Usually, the defender's trying to do something, and you think, "Oh, he's unlucky here." When the ball hits him, you haven't got a clue what he's trying to do. You don't know if he's trying to defend, bury the keeper. He was on for a bet, and what was his name? Demiral. You know full well. Agnelli got on the phone and said, "Listen, mate, yeah, you are playing in Rome. You're a Juventus player. Remember that first and foremost. That envelope was passed, bro. That's how the first goal went in. Because that first half, by the way,
Sam, what are you doing, Sam?
I was on a date when Italy played. It was on in the background, and I kept losing focus and getting caught. Listen. Watching Italy this year will make you not focus on your day. It's as simple as this. You know, the Italy of yesteryear, bro. You could have had a cigar. You could have been in the pool. You could have been doing anything because once it went 1-0, it was game over. You didn't have to watch it again. Okay, I've watched Serie A games. I swear to you guys, yeah, I've watched Serie A games where the defender of both sides, the captain of both sides, that says draw. All right, draw, and there's 60 minutes to play. So listen, the Italy of now is different.
The Italian football, was beautiful. Like boss like Endo said, Oscar was doing the hand sign whilst watching the game. It took me back to the Sarri days of just pass. Jorginho in the middle, just orchestrating the midfield. It was sumptuous. It was beautiful.
No, Oscar, serious note, how many passes did Italy have in that game? I need to know if they broke Barcelona's record because they passed Turkey to death. To death. You know, like the Alex Haleb pre-assist, where he, instead of shooting, he's on the goal line and he banks. Instead of banking, he's passed it again. There was so much going on, honestly. And the last goal, Insigne?
There was no Verratti.
No, not Insigne. Was it Insigne?
No Verratti as well.
Oh, mate.
It was Immobile.
By the way,
it was Immobile.
Immobile's...
No, Insigne missed a sitter, by the way. He missed a sitter.
He rectified it.
It wasn't a sitter. Like, it was a good chance. It wasn't a sitter. Like Morata,
but for Insigne normally scores goals in that fashion, and he did later on in the night, right? That is his Iron Robin, if that makes sense. You know when Iron Robin cuts inside, and no matter how many times you know he's going to do it, you can't stop it.
That's his brand buster.
Signature. I swear on Pro, they did that for Bants, bro. They did that for Bants on Pro. I swear they let you do that just because of Iron Robin. But man, it was good to see Italy play well and look good. Oh,
CFC Beast, who's the guy that everyone was talking about, the Lagos Wi-Fi. Big up, man. He says J5 was alive. You got to call him J8 for this month because he's J8 now. Yeah, I thought he had a really, really good performance.
Do you know what's funny? I looked at him a few times in that game and I thought to myself, God, imagine if he played for Brazil. Thank God, whoever sorted out that passport, whoever done the dirt, thank God he's playing in Italy. and not because we wouldn't get to see like the Jorginho that I think we've grown accustomed to, especially from Napoli to Chelsea. I feel like, you know, it's such a well-knitted team. You know, you had Locatelli in there. You had Barella. Barella's cold. And then, you know what I mean? On the bench, they had Sensei. On the bench, they had, I don't think they took Tonali even to the Euros. But, like, there's so many of them where you're just like, oh, Verratti's, you know, still shaking a leg a little bit. You know what I mean? Come on now.
Yeah,
Italy, man. Like, the thing is, the reason why I don't think they'll get to the final because I think they got a tough round, isn't it? In the quarters, they can either face like, is it France's group or something like
France?
Is it something like that? So that's the only sad thing about Italy, I would say. But 38 was it 27 games unbeaten now? So they haven't lost since 2018.
Italy.
Big ups.
Listen. So for those in the top 4 podcasts that don't know, we've done a sweepstake. And we've done like the draws of who's got what. And now the people that have the high chances, David looked like he's the one of them because he has Italy.
I don't even have to, man. I need to buy a flag. I need to find
What's it called? I swear all my 3 teams won. Like Czech won.
Who do you have?
Czech won, Belgium won, and I think I had Croatia. I'm not sure.
Hey, guys, I'm not even gonna lie to you, yeah. I feel like Robin played us, yeah. He organized the sweepstake, yeah. Made sure we all put money in, and he drew France somehow. Some way.
I clicked on the website. I put give him the link, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I drew everything. By the way, I have France, Russia, and Wales. Come on, that is opposite ends. Let's not try and be like, I just have France.
Robin's UEFA, guys. Robin's UEFA.
Yeah, Robin is UEFA fan.
France, Russia, and Wales.
Man had the hot card, the cold cards. Nah, bro, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. By the way, see, Oscar, go back to that comment. CFC Honcho. Man said Insigne is the Italian Sterling. Italian Sterling. What, I want to know what he means by that. Yeah. I mean, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
He's a leprechaun, though. He's tiny.
Maybe it might be that.
So short.
All right, you wanted the comments. So, Boss Endo said Robin is corrupt. I agree.
I'm not corrupt. I don't agree with anything. I was worried about that.
And drew France. Crazy.
Is that my I don't pick the website.
That's outrageous.
I don't pick the website.
SW6 said, Oscar, what are you saying? Comments is on overdrive. Yo, there's so many comments.
Hey, well, Oscar, you're struggling, yeah.
I have bare comments. There's bare comments.
Big up the commenting crew, by the way. Big up the commenting crew, man. Big up.
Mo said, Oscar, what's your fantasy team saying? It's doing all right. You know what I mean? It's doing all right. I need Laporte to get me a clean sheet today. Insigne bagged for me, so I'm happy with that. Someone else bags, but I can't remember who.
Are you going to thank me on that Insigne one, yeah? You're going to thank me on that one?
Yeah. Peter gave. Well, I came to him saying I put Chiesa in. I found out Chiesa wasn't starting, so I went with Insigne.
Berardi's a howler? What do you mean he played well? He played well. Berardi played well. Imagine that, Locatelli and Berardi were getting stick on Twitter, right? And I'm thinking 2 players from Sassuolo playing in this Italian side. That's like having them from flipping what? Like Southampton playing in the England team. 2 of them, and they're playing well as they have been. Nah, man. Immobile has Werner movement with the finishing. Listen, by the way, Immobile's finish, I know that it came off it was like a ricochet, but the way to place that ball into the back of the net, that is the difference, ladies and gentlemen, between elite and a gunman. You know the ones. That guy right there, he's a legit gunman. That's it, Robin Platini. Robin, you can't live this down. You can't draw the sweepstake and draw France. No one's gonna believe. No one's ever gonna believe you.
Why?
No one's gonna believe you.
The website. It's not my fault that I said this. We all agreed. I picked the website. It did a random generator. We were waiting for how many minutes in the queue?
Bro, I
remember the queue. It said 2 minutes.
I thought you were going to turn on webcam.
I was in that queue as well.
I needed video footage. Wow. I said to you, man, let's go on StreamYard. You know what I'm saying? Live. Let's do it live. But no. Man wanted to do it in secret and then just send man links. Bro, you're dodge fan.
I was in the queue.
You was dodge.
I was in the queue and all that stuff.
These times, Oscar, live Robin drew France, and we all had to wait 3 minutes.
Look, bro, what are you doing, bro?
Who's had a howler? Who's had a howler? Morata again.
Yeah. Is that what you're watching, David?
Nah, bruv, the Swedish guy, bruv, from the free kick.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, you're not. I thought you were behind, so I said what happened 2 minutes ago.
Oh, you flipping donut.
Well, the game is still SW6 says Sweden might nick this game.
It's end to end, yeah?
Yeah.
But anyways,
all right, cool. So Italy have laid the smack down on Turkey. I think Turkey might wake up a little bit against, Wales. Switzerland game. What was you lot's thoughts on that one? It was a bit of a. I think Wales were lucky to get.
Not much to say here. I don't think they were lucky to get.
Not much to say.
I don't think.
Yeah, I think they were very lucky to get a point.
They were very lucky.
No. Neither team did enough to win it, in my opinion.
Did you see Switzerland's chances?
Yeah, they missed them.
The goalkeeper was pulling out worldies. Another Liverpool goalkeeper. Former Liverpool goalkeeper.
Guess what? Beat the keeper and you go 1-0 up. The only time they beat the keeper is.
Did you see the chances?
I can't lie. The last two. When did we start? We started on Friday. Fam, the goalkeepers so far have put in a shift in about every single game. Yeah.
Apart from that Scotland goalkeeper, the goalkeeper's been doing all right.
What do you mean the Scotland goalkeeper's hands were roasting? Do you know how many times he had to make saves as well? My God, these guys were earning their caps. Let me tell you, they earned that thread.
But the Czech Republic goalkeeper did more in that game. I can't lie.
He saves as well.
Sam Lewis says last 15 minutes was stressful from a Wales fan. Well, yeah, that late goal, and they did for some reason they didn't put up the flag for like a year. I don't know why they did that.
Obviously,
it must have been tense.
So Sam, I take it you're Welsh. We got the Welsh crew.
Wales are hanging up.
I've been to Abergavenny, if I've pronounced that right. But anyway, we move on. I think Wales, Wales have to get a good result in their next game. I think it is against Turkey, isn't it? They have to get a good result there because, and the thing is, playing Turkey in Baku is like playing Turkey in Turkey. Do you know what it was? It's not far.
Yeah.
There's going to be hella Turks will be in that stadium, and it's going to feel like an away game. So let's see, man. People also need to remember it's a very different side from the 2016 lot. Yeah, and the funny thing is, it's like Dan James seems to have been the player that, you know what, you need to kind of pin your hopes on just because. Yeah, because of like obviously he's got the pace. He can really hurt opposition, but they need to get together.
The Dan James I saw was the Dan James that I know. There was nothing. I was like, okay.
Oh dear.
So I was like,
Ancho said, that's probably a Nigerian village.
Flipping hell. Abergavenny is a real place, blood. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? South of Wales.
Iklas says you man need to do 2 shows a week because the games are too much.
There's bare games, hella games. Like even as I'm scrolling down now, bro. Denmark, Finland. Obviously, Finland 1-0. We'll get into a bit more serious times.
Man is saying Abergavenny is a tribe in Nigeria, bro. This is insane.
Okay.
Yeah, let's move on to the next game, Pete.
In all seriousness, yeah. Denmark 0, Finland 1. Of course, the game was completely overshadowed.
Why?
Hey, Mandem, yeah? Mandem and Gallo.
I said Platini.
Yes, Denmark, Finland, man. Obviously, thank God Christian Eriksen is alive and he seems to be breathing normally. Of course, those scenes were horrific from what we saw. And obviously, there was a lot of talk about, salute to the Danish players, of course, that assisted to him. I think the captain was Kea that came in his aid. Anthony Taylor, the referee, as well, signaling very quickly as well that some attention needs to be made here. And of course, the fans of both sets of both countries, even singing Christian Eriksen's name in honor of him. It was actually like very moving. I know you guys watched the game live. I hadn't watched this game live at the time. Talk to me like your thoughts because I saw in the WhatsApp group it was very, very somber.
I thought it was.
Hey, go ahead, Oscar.
Yeah, I was terrified, man. I was terrified because I watched it and he went down. I didn't see him go down. I think I must have been looking at my phone or something. I didn't see it him go down. But then he was just on the floor, and it took so long. And a lot of people are making the comments about the BBC like showing his wife crying and showing him on the floor. They kept showing him, and the players were making a shield around him, but you could still see him. So they would resuscitate him, and you'd see his body like jerking and that, and you're like, why? Like, why? I want to say, why are they showing?
The thing is, for me, from what I understand and what Gary Lineker put a statement out, it wasn't just the BBC. What you call it? It was the local station broadcasting it to the whole of Europe, and all of these stations picking it up.
It was
my issue
like,
is
people in America were dissing ESPN, and it's like, bro, it's not ESPN, it's not BBC.
Yeah,
it's the feed. It's the Euros feed. They all get
host
the same
broadcaster.
Every channel gets the same feed. So it's not.
But my issue is though that even though you're getting that channel, can't you still cut it off? You don't have to continue feeding. I saw you can cut it off. That's just my thing.
They could have.
You only can cut off. Funny enough, great thing about work, I can see these sort of things inside. You can only cut off to something that there actually is something to cut to. So what probably happened was they didn't have anything else to switch to. And so because this was the main thing, this was the big deal that was going on, I think even if BBC, I bet the BBC TV director's like, can we change? Can we change? Yeah, there's nothing to change to. So unless you just go black into a black screen, it's almost a bit like, we'll be moaning saying thingy. Yeah.
Like, how when during the production, like during the studio presentation, don't they have like usually they have like a backdrop of just the stadium or from
the truth is though, I don't know how how the Euros are running, but like when you go to a Premier League game, you've got Match of the Day there, you've got Sky there, you've got BT there, you've got Amazon there to broadcast to their shows. And then you've also got BT's like live feed. So you can cut to any of those channels. The thing is, where was this game? In Copenhagen, right? Yeah. If the Copenhagen live feed is there and there is no, let's say Danish TV, there's such a channel, right? Danish TV is probably showing the same thing that the host was showing, because I genuinely don't believe that there were other things to click to and they just didn't do it. I think everybody was stuck in unison. I think everyone was stuck there.
But the main feed, like, should have done something.
The main feed doesn't change. That's the point I'm trying to make. The main feed.
No. What I'm saying is the person who's in control of the main feed, they go, let's go camera 1, camera 2, camera 3.
The truth.
They're like showing the wife. Like, show the wife. I know that.
Going back to the
again. But the people you need to be blaming really are the cameramen and women that are using. Yeah, but that's not the main feed. That's not my main blame. Yeah, but that's not the main feed, is it? If you got a clip where it's Eriksen's wife, then it's another clip of him being resuscitated. The truth of the matter is, why is the camera man panning there in the first place? Exactly. Do you catch my drift? If there's nothing to cut to, it's because of the fact that everybody's got their camera facing in the.
Aren't they in a control room with like headphones? Isn't there an operation? It's not an individual cameraman making a decision on what he picks. Like,
no, it's not you're right. You're absolutely right. And I think in this scenario, the Denmark person, the director, whoever it is, didn't feel the need to switch thing. I think in England, you would definitely cut straight away. It's like something that's done fast and foremost. Whereas in Copenhagen, it clearly seems like that person wanted that, or didn't see anything wrong with that necessarily.
Yeah. Well, from what I was going to say is that I remember being very, very young, watching the whole Mark Vivian Foe thing happen in the African Nations Cup. Similar thing, very, very hot day, and he just collapsed on the pitch. And unfortunately, he actually passed away. I thought we were having another one of those situations, which was
my rant about playing football in the last 12 months or the last 18 months. It's moments like this where I said, you know what, there, Your Honor, is my case. Because, Christian Eriksen is we can assume is a very fit athlete, somebody who, the lungs of, name me anything long distance, right, would absolutely outdo us for anything in terms of fitness, stamina, the lot. But his heart failing is a huge indication that a person that fit is collapsing on the football pitch, playing football. It goes to show that, guys, we have been playing far too much football in the last 18 months. You didn't know there was a pandemic. And if there's anything we should have learned in this time is the calendar is so stacked. You know, we need to spread the calendar out a little bit more. Chelsea fans were celebrating the Champions League 2 weeks ago.
Still
2 weeks ago.
Still
you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm talking about they were off their nut on the King's Road 2 weeks ago. And yet we are in we're Group D in the Euros already. And we've already had a thingy. And what do you do now? You know, do you have if unfortunately there was a fatality, what the heck do you do now? Do you stop the tournament now? Do you know? And of course, you know, I think SW6 was it that asked the question: should the game have continued? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But the Danish players, I think one of them mentioned. One of them. Are you going to say it or not? I've been waiting. I've been waiting for you to go.
I was waiting for you to finish, but yeah.
You were doing all this. Oh my god!
I know.
was like, go through.
Talking. You didn't let me go. Horrible miss. Basically, Isak got the ball in the box. He skilled up about 3 Spain players. They might as well have been Spurs players. The way he was going out so easily.
Oh snap!
He skilled up about 3 of them. Literally, it was insane. And then he cuts the ball across to Berg. Berg literally 2 yards out. Half of the goal is open, and somehow the ball goes up in the air and out. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. I was watching it closely because it felt like a goal was coming, and it didn't come.
Wow.
But yeah, I want to take it back to the conversation that we were having before. SW6 says, "What do you think of the decision to continue the game?" And then Mo. Well, hold on, wait. Mo says, yeah, but apparently Denmark were forced to play or forfeit the game 3-0. That's pretty shocking, to be honest. Forcing a man to play after all that. Yeah,
I don't believe Schmeichel. First of all, he's a liar. Go ahead, Robin. Yeah, he's a liar. I don't believe Schmeichel.
I was gonna say for me, if the player,
Peter. Sorry, Peter Schmeichel. He's a liar. I don't believe him.
Casper.
Yeah, not Casper. Yeah, no. I mean Peter, because obviously Peter came out whatever talking. Yeah. He's chatting wet.
Go on, Schmeichel. I want to say Peter Schmeichel. That's my boy.
He can be your boy. He's a liar. Your boy's a liar.
Anyway, if the players turn around and said, "Listen, we want to play, we want to carry on," then fair play. I can't turn around and say no. In my opinion, the game shouldn't have happened. It should have happened today. Like, give the players time to just reflect on just what happened. Yes, we have games of from 2 to 8. But I'm sure you can have 2 games at once. Like, no one's stopping that from happening because we're having one game. So,
but even saying that, how long is time? Like, if you see your brethren collapse, do you know what I mean? Like, even a couple of days removed, in my opinion, is enough anyway. But then again, I suppose Ericsson wants them to play. So.
It's hard because we're in a tournament. So what do you do? Like, eventually, it does have to be played, or you just give them a point each, which would have been my opinion. Just say 0-0, draw, and just keep it like that.
I don't think you could give it a result. I don't think that's fair at all. You couldn't give a 0-0 draw there. But you know, one of the Danish players was saying like, if we prepared and planned for today to play this game, so you know everything's quite to the T, and you know whether it's nutrition, whether it's fitness, whatever it may be, training and so on. And they said that look, even if we play the next day, what makes you think we're going to get any sleep tonight? We weren't going to sleep anyway. So for them, it was like we should play the game and just crack on with it. The idea that UEFA would have forced them to play, I don't buy it. I do not buy that.
I think
the man nearly died on the pitch. You're telling me that's what they're thinking?
I think in this situation, I think nobody's happy. It's a very, very unfortunate situation, but people are sort of forcing like someone to blame. They want to find someone to blame so bad, and I think they're screaming at UEFA. But you have to look at it from UEFA's perspective for a second and just think, what was supposed to happen? Like, what are they supposed to do? Do they postpone the game and make Denmark play? And then they have to play like 2 days later for their second group game? Do they like mess up the whole schedule of the tournament? Or do they go to their protocol, which is if a player can't play and the squad can't compete, they have to forfeit the game, which is probably a rule they've had since before the tournament even started. It's just a set rule that you forfeit the match if you can't play the game. So I think nobody expected this to happen. Nobody plans for this to happen. And everybody wants to call UEFA the bad guys so prominently. I feel like it's a bit harsh.
Yeah, no, I get Peter's point that we played so many games. I understand, but I don't think even regardless and also, and we can look into how much Eriksen has played for Inter Milan and all that stuff. I just think no one prepares for a heart failure in a game. Like the man's heart stopped.
That's true.
And what the medics were saying, the medics were saying that he was literally pronounced dead for 4 minutes, and they used to use the defibrillator to back. So,
thank God they had a defibrillator at that stadium. Because not every stadium has them. So
what?
Yeah, no, it's true. Not every stadium has them.
Not every stadium has them.
So,
that is ridiculous.
It's true. No, thank God it was there.
Respect to them, I'm saying, bruv, because like speaking from personal experience, bruv, fam, to play a football game after seeing like your friend just it's mad, bruv. So respect to them for going out there.
But it was clearly the wrong decision for them because they were mentally were just they were not there.
Yeah.
And let's be clear, Finland have never played in a major tournament, right? And then they got their first win as well. And so this wasn't necessarily like a team that you would say you expected Denmark to lose anyway. And I heard in the first half, Denmark were actually the better side. They were actually, creating the chances. So clearly, like as much as they mentally tried to be strong, and fair play to them for that, it was clearly the wrong decision for them because it was a case of and nobody would blame them. You know them ones. Like they saw a man literally his life was on the line. And so, you could easily just say, look, the next day, midday, boom, there you go.
Sam said, how can not every stadium have one when every Tesco in the UK has one?
Well, Tesco is bigger than football. That's the first thing. You know what I'm saying? It makes way more money than football.
I don't know why that sentence sounds so funny.
It always sounds funny. Do you know what it is? You know what it is? It always sounds funny when do you remember when the pandemic first began? And I was talking about turnover and I said, bro, no football club in the world makes the same turnover as Tesco's. Like Tesco blitzes bare man.
Come on, what are you talking about? Every city has way more Tesco's than there are football clubs.
Well, yeah, exactly. So
the idea that they could afford to have a defibrillator for every flipping Tesco means that football clubs should have that pattern.
Well, I didn't say they shouldn't.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
How much are they? Like $3,000.
And they gotta be maintained as well. You can't just have a defib and then just let it hang. It don't work like that.
Couple of comments on the game. SW6 says Thiago's coming on. AD, he just came on now. Spain needs something because they've lost control of the game a little bit. Mo says Isak would be a very good alternative for Chelsea. I feel like he's balling out, man. SW6 said he's moving like Ronaldinho. Like literally,
I mentioned him last week. You did him last week.
You did mention him.
I said to you, he's good.
Comfortable on the ball. He looks like he's playing for a move today. But CFC Beast is not feeling him at Chelsea at all. He's not having that.
Fair enough. Well, Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea. You got to look upper echelon.
Yeah.
I was going to say, but at the end of the day, the biggest win was that someone didn't die. And thank God for the referee, thank God for Anthony Taylor, thank God for the medical staff being on job.
Trust.
And that we didn't have to mourn and loss in football. So that's all I would say really on that game.
No, totally. I think the fact that it was a win. I mean, there were 2 victories in it. Let's call it what it is. Like Finland did win, and that's a big thing for them. And I know that they couldn't necessarily celebrate it the way that we would want to, but I think when they go home into their hotels, champagne, the lot. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't blame them for that either. Like because I heard somebody saying that Finland were being disrespectful when they celebrated their goal. I thought, well, hang on a minute, they scored a goal. Like this.
I felt bad for the guy. He said celebrated.
Yeah, it's one of those. You know what I mean? They've gone to Denmark and they've beaten Denmark at their home perch. You know what I mean? That's a big thingy. But I guess
you've had a howler. Get him off, lad.
Who's had a howler?
Berg, bruv. Get him off.
Which Berg is this? Is this Sander Berg?
No.
Who's Berg?
It's a striker. I don't know his name. But yeah, Mo's infuriated because he said Isak is coming off. What the heck is going on?
Who's the Sweden manager? Let's get on to them.
He's coming off, and he looked like the most threatening.
He's bringing on Carson. He's bringing on Carson on.
Wowza. For a midfielder.
Yeah. Pete, should we move on to the next game?
Yes. How about in relation to Christian Eriksen? What on, Robin?
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I know where you're going, but I was going to say, do you know one team that's not that team this week? It's Russia.
Oh, well, I was about to say in relation to Christian Eriksen, how about Big Rom? Big Rom, saluting his boy Christian Eriksen with a 3-0 win, emphatic win over Russia. Now, listen, Robbie, you're saying they're not that team, right? But let's be very clear, guys. Russia was only even relevant because they hosted the World Cup. They were never that good. They were not ever that good.
I meant the booing.
Oh, the booing. I mean, we're in Russia.
The booing rifled Big Rom up, and Big Rom did what Big Rom does.
Guys, I put in the group chat that, you know what, I'm feeling very uncomfortable with this booing of the knee, right? It's really hitting me. But yeah, it was one of those. It was hard to watch that Belgian game for me personally because it was just like off the heels of the booing. You know what I'm saying? We've just had a situation where someone we thought nearly died, and then we've come to this. And it's just like, where's the sense of self or awareness? Like, this is not the time. Surely, we've just had this.
The ancestors answered. They answered, you know.
Man, like Big Rom, blood. I mean, he took his goals well. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we can question whether he's offside, he's onside. He's obviously onside because of the phase of play, whatever you want to call it. But Belgium looks very, very comfortable. There was no challenge from Russia. Talk to me.
The midfield and the forwards looked comfortable. The defense still looked quite a bit shaky, in my opinion.
Did they? Did Russia do anything?
Yeah. Russia didn't do anything in the final third, but I still felt like they were quite uncomfortable with the fact that Russia could get the ball back and forth. Yeah.
Robbie, I come back from work to watch this game. I fell asleep, bro. It was a snooze fest.
It was a snooze fest. I will give you that. But Russia wasn't convinced by the defense.
Russia did jack all, bruv.
I 100% agree with David.
Like it was so Belgium that I went to do something else. I was just like, I'll hear the commentator.
It was the day, innit? It was the day because obviously it still fell in the shadow of the Christian Eriksen thing. Yeah. And I was happy to see Lukaku get his goals. I feel like I put him down for top goal scorer in the tournament.
Me too.
I think he's gonna do that. So big up Belgium. Hopefully we see Hazard in the next coming games. But other than that, not much to write home about.
Big Rom in the cup, bruv. Let's move it along quickly, man. Austria beating North Macedonia. We can skip over that if you would like to. But Goran Pandev, right in the
Pandev.
Man, like the goal blood.
Twitter, how can they say he's the youngest ever goal scorer?
He's the youngest ever Macedonian goal scorer.
I don't know how Twitter is a free. Twitter cannot be a free app in 2022. It cannot be. I cannot believe this. It's unbelievable scenes. Say that again.
Adrian had a howler.
Adrian got Wi-Fi, cuz.
Hey, talk to me, bro. What's Arnautovic's beef? Like, man scored and he's still fuming.
Yeah, what's wrong with him?
He's doing gang signs.
He needs to think anger management. Because I think he was giving the goalkeeper a lot of stick. He'd only been on for like 5 minutes. So it's not like he's been giving it grief all game. He's come on for 5 minutes. He's had his chance. He scored the goal. And I think, is it Alaba and people like that were like even slapping his face? Like, fam, relax, blood. Celebrate your goal. You know them way there. But I was sad to see Austria take the lead. I was thinking, come on, North Macedonia. I wanted them to do well. But Arnautovic and Pandev, as SW6 has put on there, that's a throwback for the ages, man. Honestly, that is something else.
Yeah, the country is happy to be there. And yeah, Budapest is the only stadium that can have 100% attendance. So yeah, it was nice to see a full stadium.
Man, when Hungary have their first game and they're playing all big matches, Germany, Portugal, France, their games are going to be off the chain. Like, it's going to be off the chain in that game. And finally, Netherlands against Ukraine. Woo! I tell you what.
was
Tell
sick.
you what. First of all, Yarmolenko's goal was easily one of the goals of the tournament because that was an absolute peach. It was an absolute blinder. And I don't know about you lot. When it was 2-2, yeah, I thought to myself, you see Frank de Boer, yeah? You're not covering yourself in glory.
I had that same thought.
All I could think was Frank, because he took off Van Aanholt and he took off Blind and he brought on Nathan Aki. I said, hang on a minute. I said, you're in trouble. And then when they scored that second one, I thought, man. And then obviously the third goal that they conceded Ukraine, you just think to yourself, my goodness, after all that hard work of getting back, Yarmolenko's goal was an absolute blinder. But it was a good game. It was a good game. End-to-end stuff. Yeah, but Holland, this is Holland light, isn't it? This is a light orange blood. Like there's no sauce in this team.
But they performed exactly how I expected them to be this tournament. I was more impressed with Ukraine than I was with them.
It's mad because they've not been in a tournament for 7 years. I mean, that's a disgrace to the nation of the Dutch. That is a disgrace that they've not been there. And I've got all the time in the world for the Dutch national team. But my goodness, no wonder why you've not been here. Like it's just bizarre. It's just strange. And I don't know, man. It was. I did at the end. I thought, you know what? Let's make this a fairy tale and let Ukraine get the equalizer. What do you guys think of this group, man? Do you reckon it's going to be a spice?
Well, I still think the Netherlands will still top it, but boy, they're not making it easy for themselves.
I want to see Ukraine again. They're a team that I've watched, and I said, you know what? I want to watch them play in a different game. Holland, I don't really care. They're probably going to get out of the group, but round of 16, I think, is where they'll go.
Anything else on the Dutch or the Ukraines? Good to see Mr. Shevchenko looking slim and slender. I thought he could get on the pitch and get a few goals in the net.
Big up Andre.
He was ready. He was ready for it. But yeah, Poland won, Slovakia too. Probably one of the shocks of the tournament so far. Nobody really talked about Slovakia. Poland were more talked about than Slovakia were.
First red card, I thought Louis would do something, but he didn't do it.
Lewandowski scored one goal in a major tournament for Poland, and that was against North Korea.
Do you blame him though? Or do you think he should have done?
No, I don't blame him.
He scores 40 goals a season.
There's nothing wrong with him.
No, was. It's one of he scored 40 goals a season, mate. He'll be all right. And Slovakia did deserve the victory. They definitely did. And decent goals. I know the first one, Szczesny was unlucky, but the second goal was well taken. But yeah, Lewandowski, Oscar, come on. Listen, if the ball's put on his plate, you know what I'm saying? But that Polish team, on paper though, the Polish team to me still look better than even though there was Dubravka, there was Skriniar, Hamsik.
Your boy Szczesny though. Your boy Szczesny. He had a howler again.
What howler did he have?
The own goal.
Oh, come on. It came off the post and in the back of his head. Oh, tell me Fabianski should start. Yeah, go on. You tell me that as well.
That's not my team though. No, I was just saying your boy had a howler.
Nah, boy check.
Hey, Szczesny's trash, bro. Get him out of him, man. Get him out, man. Rob Green, David James, he's in the same category, man. Get him out, man.
You're disrespecting the team, David. I'm not having that.
But why do you have to sit back with bang average goalkeepers, man?
Wait. Hang on a minute. Hang on.
Peter, bro. This is the Prem. This is international, bro.
Listen,
guys.
Getting beat at your near post.
First of all, I'm here. First of all, he saved the ball. Yeah, first of all, he saved it. But secondly, we're talking about because I heard David James and Rob Green brought into this conversation. Yeah. And I want to be very clear. Szczesny, who was Arsenal's number one, first and foremost. Wow. Secondly, went to Roma on loan and beat Alisson at number one. He then went to Juventus and beat Buffon at number one. Put some respect on his frigging name.
We don't need no respect, bruv.
You are frigging kidding me. Buffon
was old, and look at Alisson now.
Oh man! You've let yourself down.
This is why Arsenal fell off, bruv, because we accepted mediocrity, bruv.
Have we had a goalkeeper as good as Szczesny left? We had a goalkeeper as good as him since he left.
Well, you love Leno, and he's not good enough. He's not better than Szczesny.
He's not better than Chesney.
Yeah, I can still like a goalkeeper, even if he's not better than Chesney. But look at that. We've gone Ospina, Czech, Leno. You would still take Chesney now.
No, bro.
Yeah, but that don't mean much.
Because he's good. I'm not saying it because he's bad. It's because he's good.
All right, but let's just be clear. Poland lost their first game of this tournament. Chesney Howler. Juventus got knocked out of the Champions League. Chesney Howler. Come on, man.
You are freaking kidding me.
The comments are digging out Leno as well. I know you're not gonna like that. Mo said, "How long before Laporte can change his nationality to English?" Then, lads.
Well, what is he not playing today?
He's playing. He's starting.
Well, then it's over, isn't it?
It's now. It's over now.
Yeah, he's played a minute of senior competition.
Hilarious. As soon as you play 1 minute. So just play a minute. That's it. You can't.
Whistle blows.
One minute of official football, so like friendlies don't count.
Yeah.
No, not friendlies. Yeah, and also he couldn't pass for English anyway. Yeah,
even if it's a World Cup qualifier, if it's a Nations League, if you play 1 minute, that is it. You're locked.
Declan Rice will play for Ireland, didn't it?
He didn't play for their first team in a competition.
Okay.
It was at the youth.
It's like Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish was the same one as well.
Nah.
Big up Lola. She says
Lola. I think it's literally as soon as you hit a cap.
I heard it was a minute, blood. That whistle blows.
Yeah, like 1 minute.
Holy smokes!
That's what I've heard.
I'll check. I'll get through.
Before we move on to the next game, Boss That Endo said, "Football to me is a passion sport. If you don't have any emotion towards the sport, you don't watch it." Oh. All right, I'm a club football man. I don't like internationals because I don't have a team. Well, you don't have a nation, boss. Like, you don't.
I mean, do you live in England?
I was gonna get cancelled there.
Oh. But yeah, if you live in England and it's paid you, I think it's fair to support them. Do you know what I'm saying?
If you play more than 3 games, then you're stuck. I believe there is a loophole because there was when Hudson-Odoi went to Ghana, there was a few articles saying that he can legally like switch his allegiance to them if he wanted to, because he hasn't played that many for England. But yeah, there you go. Lola's just put a comment. She's saying that's why people are saying tomorrow he can still switch to Canada or Nigeria.
Okay. Yeah, the player. So these are the rules. The player can change provided the player has had a nationality, so they need the passport. Played no more than 3. Yeah, she's right. I thought it was 1 minute, but they've changed it from 2020. Surprised that it was like 1 minute.
Madness. I'm sure he's been on a bench. I'm sure he's been on a French bench at the World Cup. Was he not?
Oh, mad. Hey, Adrian, you're bad, you know. You're bad.
You should have just said it. That would have been funny.
Hey, you're bad.
Mad thing.
I was
this is a PG show, so we cannot.
Well, Boss That Endo is saying he lives in London. But bro, just support England, man. Rashford's born in Wembley. Coming out there.
I mean, he's not born in. First of all, he's not born in Wembley.
First of all,
he's not. First of all, we cannot disrespect the estate of Saint Raph's. Yeah, big up the Northwest crew. We cannot do this.
He was born in Jamaica, but the point I'm making is he grew up near Wembley. Yeah, Sterling was born in Jamaica.
Yeah, he was born in Jamaica.
He grew up near Wembley. He got Wembley tatted on his arm, and he scored.
He's a Neasden man.
The 205 bus and all that.
He's straight out of Neasden, like 232, yeah? Flipping out. But yeah.
Lola says she supports certain players, but as a team, the team as a whole, she doesn't care. So I'm guessing if Saka plays for England, she'll be rooting for him, but not necessarily nation.
Madness in East Anglia. So we can look forward to the games that are coming up this week, guys. We still haven't met the group of death just yet, but it is tomorrow. Whew, only 2 games tomorrow. We kick off Hungary against Portugal at 5:00. Let me tell you, that'll be entertaining stuff, ladies and gentlemen. And there'll be a raucous crowd in Budapest. And then at 8:00, France against Germany. Hold on to your seats because we're going to be in for a bumpy ride.
Oh,
is that the Allianz?
Stadium for it as well. Is that the Allianz?
So what? France are not a home nation then?
No, Germany are.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yes, France against Germany. You get me? So it's going to be
Shall
actually.
we talk about the domestics?
It wouldn't be a tournament. It wouldn't be a tournament in international football without France and their domestics. Robin, please explain.
So in the last international friendly, I would say France, they played Wales and they won. Red card and all that, but a certain Chelsea player called Olivier Giroud decided to talk to the press and start moaning about him not getting the service then that he requires as a supposed number 9. Now, another supposed number 9 took real offense to that, and it is the star boy of star boys, Kylian Mbappe, who has been pretty much in a foul mood 24/7, wanting to make statements and pretty much wanted to fight the brother. So now there's apparently unrest in the French team going into the game versus Germany, and thinking to myself, guys, what's happening here? Why are we fighting? You're supposed to be the best team in the world, and you're Salah, so act like it.
Because Giroud are idiot. You get me? That's why, bro. He's pickney for them man there, bro. The real ballers, yeah. Kylian, Benzi, the real dons, and then they
second score in French history.
Listen. Let's cut that out. Yeah?
No, it's not about cutting anything out. It's not about cutting anything out. He is the second highest goal scorer in French history.
Congratulations to him.
No, hold on. When he's been at Arsenal, have you ever heard any stories of Giroud causing unrest or upheaval in the squad? No, you haven't.
He needs to humble himself. He has to keep his mouth shut. That's why. He didn't say a damn thing. That's why.
Hold on. Did you ever hear any of that at Chelsea? No. So when these rumours come out that Giroud has said something and it's upset the entire French squad, I'm calling BS. I'm the first one too, because I don't believe that. And then now I'm seeing Mbappe is apparently upset with Giroud, and he said some things back. And then I'm seeing people in the media say, "Oh, look at Mbappe being a diva, just like he is at PSG." Bro, Mbappe is not a diva, and Giroud is not starting no rubbish. I love
how you're backing him because he's Chelsea. That's the only reason why you're backing him.
I'm backing Mbappe as well.
No, but I'm saying you're backing Giroud.
Mbappe did come out, and the video came out today, I believe, and he was talking about it. He's like, listen. Yeah, Pogba says he didn't say anything because Pogba's not about it. He said, this is not me.
The interview was taken out of context. These guys are all cool. When I'm with them, there's no fighting, there's no arguments, everything's fine.
And then he said that in front of me. So I was like, okay.
Yeah. What about when Pogba's on that fourth prayer of the day, fam? You ain't see what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
But no. Why wouldn't I back Oli? Like, why wouldn't I back Giroud? He's been in this game for a long, long time. We ain't seen.
It's amazing you call BS for someone. You come in defense when it's about BS. Whereas if it had been something else, we'd just be like, you hear about that story with this, and we just run it.
I say this all the time. I said it when it came to the Denmark UEFA thing, when we were saying, oh, who's in the wrong, who forced someone to do it. I'm like, bro, there's no one's in the right or the wrong. There's no one to blame here. It's just a situation that's happened. And I think I've seen some people go as far as to say, oh, Mbappe is a diva and he wants his team to be this way. And I've seen some people like blame Giroud, and I'm like, it's a bit silly. Lola says, I think it's because they love Benz. Giroud doesn't seem like that sort of troublemaker. Doesn't seem like the troublemaker sort. And I agree.
I'm Giroud fan. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, there's a try. Only Arsenal fans can say
you're a massive hater. What's that Endo said?
I'm a hater.
Giroud definitely.
Oscar.
Oh my gosh.
I said Giroud took the girl Peter wanted 100%.
Listen. My girl is Mage, but listen, Giroud. The only Arsenal fans will tell you to bun Giroud. Every Arsenal fan is in unison with me. Oh yeah, my girl is major. But what I will say is, as for flipping, as for Olivier Giroud, every Arsenal fan, you know what I'm saying? Anyone that's even talking about Baku in happiness is only Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans are the only ones that ever liked this guy. Do you know what I'm saying? And even then, he's not done enough for Chelsea. So he's just part of the furniture. So anyway,
yeah, but like you got to question the legitimacy of a story. Like when I look at Giroud and I hear how some of the Chelsea players talk about him, the young players like Tammy and Cho and Mount, they love this guy. He's like, he takes them under their wing and he's a nice. I can't imagine him and Mbappe having a beef or anything like that. It just seems fake to me.
I don't know, man.
This is a player.
The fact that Mbappe actually has come out and talked to the media about it, it's like, there's some smoke.
Wenger has said that no one's a murderer until they murdered someone. You never thought Giroud was somebody who would cheat on his wife when he was on duty for Arsenal when he did it. Like we're not going to roll these things out. Oh, he doesn't seem like the guy. It's like when when a player dives and it's like, oh, he's not that kind of person. And we're all like, I'll get off it with all that nonsense. But anyway, Peter hasn't forgiven Giroud for that. Listen, bro, Abdi. 15, 16 season. Burnt me, man. Burnt me. And then never mind. I can't get into it.
No, he deserves more respect, man. He deserves more respect.
Oh, whoa. From who?
From what
fans?
From what fans? For the French nation and media and team in general. Like he's a big.
He's disrespected, is he? He's disrespected, is he? He's not disrespected. Let's move on. He's not disrespected. We're not going on like
he's France's second top goal scorer.
Great.
Yeah?
What was I gonna say? I'm looking forward to seeing Portugal, especially how they put to the store. Who did they put to the store the other day? Israel. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Was Ben Ayoun still playing? Who's Israel gonna pluck out, man? I'm saying the disciples, fam. Israel's not. What players have they got there, man? With all due respect, I'm seeing Peter, John, Paul. Nah, man, come on. But you're totally right, Robin.
How do you feel about Germany? I
don't care for Germany. You know, I'm all for the La France and the Portuguese sauce. I'll be there with my Sagres for that match for sure.
This whole story is making me turn against the France team a little bit. I'm not a fan of it.
Peter, don't blame Giroud. Blame your bottle job players who lost a bunch of kids at Old Trafford and lost to Swansea at home. Yeah, who was our centre forward that season, mate? Yeah,
from January to May.
Ozil had 19 assists by December. You had 15 goals by December, and you finished the season on 16. So you tell me. And how many times did we fire blanks like Swansea against Southampton? We went to Old Trafford. Ozil and Welbeck scored 2 goals at Old Trafford, and we left it with no points. Give me that nonsense. Give me that nonsense.
United's crash. I'll never forget that sentence.
You know that was there. Like, nah. You see that?
Anyway. Oh my goodness, guys! Spain are throwing everything at this game. The goalkeeper is having a blinder.
Oh, so Spain might be gutted with this result then.
Well, who's that? Dolberg. Who's in goal for
Spain? The Everton lad. What's his name?
Oh, Olsen.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's made.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Spain, I'm surprised De Gea's not starting.
Why?
That was the only thing that surprised me.
Why the hell are you surprised?
No.
Get those United glasses off.
I know. No. I know.
It's not 2017 no more.
I'm not saying he deserves to start. That's not my point. I'm just surprised. It's like, okay, they're actually not picking him because normally he does.
Don't be surprised.
Yeah, no. That's the only thing. I was just okay.
What you know about Simon? Huh? You know about Simon?
Wait, Enrique don't play. You know, Enrique don't play.
But Enrique is not. Honestly, the guy is a nutcase, blood. Man does triathlons 3 a year. He's not pet, blood.
I need this game to end 0-0. I need Spain in the mud. I'm not having it.
But yeah, I think other than that, that's it. Really, we can go into the awards.
Yes.
Joel Campbell and Walcott. How dare you, boss? Like, how dare you? Anyway, let's go to the awards.
Wenger didn't like him because Wenger has his guys and he's got people he don't give a damn about.
Joel Campbell was really good in 2016. Like, he was really good. He was really good. I liked him, man. Awards. Goal of the week.
Oh, I've gone to team.
Oh, sorry. No, you're there. Team of the week.
Italia. The press. The press was fantastic.
Oh, man.
He said Joel Campbell scored and George was up top.
Listen, our wingers were getting more goals than Olivier. Never mind. Yes. Italia for sure.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Italy.
The Azzurri gets it for me. Player of the week.
Oh.
See, actually, I'm changing my mind. No, I'm changing. Lukaku.
Yeah, it has to be.
Brace and a nice message to Christian Eriksen. Yeah, it goes to that.
Okay.
Are we doing Sentiment FC, yeah?
No, it's not sentiment. Just like I think orchestrated it. Yeah, I think Lukaku should get Player of the Week.
Over Patrick Schick?
Yes, and you'll see why.
Because he'll win the other awards.
There's another award to win.
Listen, because you win one doesn't mean you're excluded from the other.
I hear that still.
What are we doing?
I hear that.
Look,
Look at us trying to be all democracy. Yeah? Let's spread it out.
No. It's not that.
People like the communists.
They both scored a brace.
They both scored a brace. Both played really, really well. Lukaku was excellent. The amount of times he got the ball and just drove past the defender. Sensational.
He did well for no Hazard and no De Bruyne, in fairness to him. He did do well, because that was the worry. How on earth was he going to get the ball?
Yeah, man, put Belgium on his back.
Big up David as well, because I don't want no 0-0 games. And I don't think we will, to be fair, in fairness.
I think we will.
We're
about
5 seconds away from a 0-0 game.
Look at me.
Curse of the Peter.
Curse of the Pete.
Lukaku,
Yeah.
I'm not going Lukaku. I don't think so.
It's got to be Lukaku.
I was going to say, would you classify him in that top echelon of striker? Like, is he finally a world-class striker, in your lot's opinion?
He always has been for me. That's the truth of the matter.
Always?
He always has been for me. For me, for sure.
No,
especially because of how great he was at a young age. When he made Everton his home, that was when he turned it for me. That's no doubt. I was never in doubt with Lukaku.
No, man.
0-0. Full time
0-0. Spain are useless. Abdi says, my Lindelof clean sheet settings.
Oh, dear.
That's my Adrian.
I don't know who to choose.
Was that Player of the Week?
Yeah.
Lukaku, but I really liked Calvin Phillips' game.
Do you know? I was about to say Calvin Phillips, because his performance alone impressed me.
It was incredible.
Calvin Phillips.
Yeah. He played superb.
Right. Me and Robin have gone Lukaku. You're saying Calvin Phillips. Adrian, what are you saying?
Going Lukaku.
Robin and David, what are you saying?
Big Rom, man.
Big Rom.
Big Rom settings.
And do you know what it is? Yeah, because United fans didn't like Rom, I'm loving it even more. Yes, I think that's what it is as well.
Why do we have to keep saying this?
Abdi said
he's doing great at Inter. He's doing his thing.
Where he missed the sitter and made a mistake for their winner. That's when I gave up on him. You gave up too soon because he bagged
too soon.
The Serie A title, and he
did it.
Bag Belgium.
Because no, I'm not having this, because you all laughed at Lukaku while he was at United. And now he's Robin, I'm not having that.
Not me.
Podcast. Ernest was slaughtering Lukaku, and all of us were against him, saying that he's been good.
I literally defended Lukaku. I
made a bet with Ernest saying that Lukaku would bag 20 goals. Like, I was a fan of Lukaku. I feel like no one hated him more than United fans.
No, but the thing is, at the end of the day, he's moved on, and everyone, even United fans, like, cool, he's doing his thing. But he's like, you have to bring him back. We don't care. You the guys that care more than we do.
No, you do care, because if you had Lukaku this season, you would have won the Europa League.
We didn't have him. But we didn't have him. And let's not forget, he cost into the Europa League last time. So
he's won Serie A. What are we talking about?
Go and Google how many.
I am happy. I am happy for Rom.
Don't put any spec on it.
I am happy for Rom. I've always been. He's doing his thing at Inter. He's won Serie A. I've been backing him at Inter. Let him do his thing. And Peter, you can't say I can't be backing him at Inter. Man, I have been following him.
But Robin,
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't.
you've always backed Lukaku. I'm not pointing this at you personally.
At you, yeah.
But United fans had this guy.
Bro, United fans dislike Lukaku more than any other fans outside of United.
It just didn't work, and that's all we have to say.
I mean,
he's gone off, and
for me, it was
And he's done
working.
his thing.
The difference is that I believe it was working.
Go back and listen to a podcast we did from that era. Go listen to how earnest you talk about this guy.
And also,
I
look at what they've got to think. And the very funny thing is, okay, it's one thing to have Lukaku and say he's one ABC or whatever. Anthony Martial. Oh, Tony Marshall. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah,
Tony Marshall.
And look what's happened. He's not been that guy. I've admitted.
No. I need to hear the same heat, the Latino heat on Tony Marshall, especially when he cost. Cost how much?
Like I said, we've given heat this season, and what has Ernest said? He said he can't do a thing about it. He said he can't say a thing.
Listen, I need you to catch up because I've been giving him heat since 202015. I need everyone to catch up because I've been giving him the fire since 2015.
I've been with you, bro. In the
Oh mate, I was in the heat, fam, with this guy.
Anywho,
Look
at this.
Sevilla at home, Liverpool away, City at home, Spurs at home. He's had howlers. Hindsight.
Okay, that's a good question though. Like Lukaku he's what, Belgium's top goal scorer. He's proven he's a goal scorer at every capacity. Robin, isn't there not a part of you that just wonders why it didn't work? And why do you think it didn't work?
Yeah, there's a part of me that wonders why it didn't work. But in
They were ungrateful, Adrian. They were ungrateful.
No.
It worked. It was working.
He got 27 goals in his first season. And people were
working. It's because he was bare stodge. It's because he didn't look like he was wearing jeans. It did look like
he looked like he scored 16 goals, 17 goals, and all that stuff. It was just like, do you know when you signed him and that when he was doing all that stuff and you expect him to do more? I think it's just stuff like that, and it just for his level, and we know for his level, it wasn't good. I know we can do better.
42 goals in 96 appearances for Manchester United. It wasn't good.
I feel like second season,
come on.
Second season, there was a lot of stuff that hindered him. He only scored 12 goals in the league. It wasn't amazing, but like you said, you should have. You paid a lot of money for the guy, and you should have stuck with him. Abdi said Lukaku never had a season like Martial did for us last season, but he never had a season like Martial had this season.
That's the thing. Yeah, the thing is as well, is look at the pieces that are left on the floor after you remove Lukaku. It's Martial and Rashford. Like, with all due respect, Rashford is, for the mandem, yeah? I understand all that. But let's be very clear. Manchester United do not win league titles with Martial and Rashford. It's impossible. Impossible.
Peter, be careful.
I can't lie. Rashford. You can't
be careful about what?
The man that feeds the nation. Cannot just the man that feeds the nation.
Oh, okay. Just because he listen. There's a reason he doesn't play England.
Oscar, you're banned from talking from Rashford.
Why? I like Marcus Rashford. I never dissed Rashford.
You were on him when he was feeding the nation.
You know what? Listen. Listen. Let's be clear. Let's be very clear. You know how I've been on Martial. Listen, my powder is dry for Marcus Rashford, and when the time is right, you're gonna hear about him from me. You're gonna hear about him from me.
You know what? For me, Rashford, I need Ollie to stop playing him. The man's injured. He's still bloody injured.
Did you see my Instagram story on the weekend? I had a picture of Rashford's book. I called him a hero. He's a great man. But when he's scoring goals,
when it comes to the pitch, Robin, let me tell you something right now. You go and get a replacement today. Today. And make him the ambassador of Man United.
You never replace. Okay, let's not talk about like Rashford's awful, that he's never playing again. No, that's the way you're chatting, man.
Listen, Robin, you know I am dead serious. When it comes to me talking about elite business and talking about the business, the league title, the Champions League titles, Marcus Rashford needs to hold that bench. And you need to find another player to come and take his place. You're damn right I'm speaking about him like that. Because he's not good enough for Manchester United. But the problem is, with mediocrities, we've been sitting here all this long while, and we've been hoping Rashford is good enough. He's not good enough for Man United. But that's another conversation for another day. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if he's injured.
Okay, you're moving mad.
I'm moving mad that Rashford is not good enough for Manchester. So you're going to sit here and tell me Manchester United, yeah, Man United. I'm talking about the big guns, yeah?
Yes.
You're telling me Rashford is good enough? You better get the step in. Robin, you know better than that. You've seen York, you've seen Cole, Van Nistelrooy, I've
seen the best. I have seen the best. I'm trying to say to you, if it was an injury-free season and the fact that the man has been played to his death, I would be with you. That's my only thing.
I listen, he's been here since 2016, Robin. I'm not having it, fam. I'm sick and tired of mediocrity at football clubs that are elite. Yeah, I'm sick to death of it. Marcus Rashford should not be wearing a Manchester United shirt because he's not good. They got rid of Lukaku, guys. That's the thing.
The fact that he's injured and he scored 20.
Say again?
That's what I'm gonna say. The fact that he was injured and he was still scoring 20.
Yeah, but in all comps, how many did he get in the league? How many in the league? How many in the league?
16, 17. I need to look back up.
16, 17. Did you say 16, 17?
Peter, the man's injured.
No, you said injured. Wait. When you said 20 goals, how many did he score in the league is what I asked.
I actually can't remember, so I had to look it up.
It was shocking, I'll tell you that much. It was shoddy. Less than Chris Wood.
The man is injured. The man is injured and he's good enough.
He scored the same league goals as Mane this season.
Listen, I don't give a damn if he's injured or not.
And this
when
is
he's fully fit, he is not.
Was horrendous.
Yeah.
Listen,
you cut your promo. Let me read some of the comments. Everyone is laughing at this situation. Abdi said, "Man, stat pattered in the group stages against bums and in cup games, and the teams in relegation battle. Big games, he lets you down." Lola says, "Rashi is my boy, though. He's cool, but that limp wrist French guy, nah."
But that's what I'm saying. Thing is, Rashford's everyone's boy, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? You invite him to the barbecue. You invite him to the barbecue, but it doesn't mean he can cook. No. Let him come. Let him eat. That's what I'm saying.
That's just quick. Man, them are just getting at Rashi. Lola says Rashford has been playing injured for how long, but he still ends up as one of the top scorers. He's defo good enough for United, better than that Tony guy. Yeah, I think Rashford is good enough. I think they can win. I think they can and will win things with Marcus Rashford. I think he's not the number 9. He's not the number 9.
You think they can win things with Marcus Rashford?
Rashford at left wing and a real number 9, yeah.
And what's funny is when you say Marcus Rashford is still amongst the top goal scorers at Man United. Look at Man United in the last 5 years. That tells you everything. If that is the bar, because I'm thinking of Man, because like the way how I like when I was talking about Chelsea, for example, and I was saying, you know what, Chelsea would be disappointed that they haven't won more league titles because they are fighting for the big meat at the top of the tree. That's what I'm talking about.
Peter, Boss That Endo just put up a stat there: 11 league goals. How many wingers in the Premier League are scoring 11 league goals?
Bruv, how many? What do you mean? How many? What's it called? Wingers?
He's played left and right wing this season. He's not played as a centre forward. And I'm asking you, how many wingers are scoring those numbers?
I'm sorry. If they're talking about the likes of Sancho and Jack Grealish, guess where where them players play? The left-hand side, and you're playing them ahead of Rashford.
Okay, but that's a different conversation. I said how many are scoring the goals.
There's not a lot that are doing that. But my point is that doesn't mean because a lot ain't doing it currently, it means it's acceptable.
No,
that's not what it is.
What you're saying is Rashford is not. I didn't even want to get into this.
He's not. No, Oscar. Let me be very clear. Okay, let me make my point very clear. Rashford is good enough for today's Manchester United, no doubt. But Manchester United, in my opinion, are a team that are trying to fight for the league title. They're trying to be the big team. When you're trying to be the big team, Rashford does not feature. Rashford's on the mixtape, he's not on the album. That's what I'm saying.
Bruh.
He's on the mixtape. He's not on the album.
He's on the deluxe though.
You don't win.
Okay, bonus track. Yeah, fine. Bonus track.
You don't win the league with 11 world-class players. Rashford's a player that you can have. They need a striker. They need a right winger. They need a DM. And with Rashford on the left of those
wing, guys, he'll do more.
He's not someone they should be getting rid of.
Explain to me Grealish and Sancho.
Yeah.
If that's the case, where is Grealish and Sancho going to be playing if they were to play Man United?
They're signing both of them.
No, I'm saying they've been linked with them in the past.
No, but you need to understand. Look at Man City, for example. They have 2 sick players in every single position, at the very least. Man United's depth is terrible. So when you say let's get Sancho and let's get Grealish, that doesn't mean Marcus Rashford doesn't play anymore. No, 38 games plus Champions League plus FA Cup, all that stuff. It's long. I'm saying all this stuff to go together. I'm saying, and Rashford is good enough for the Manchester United team, and he's good enough to start.
I'm sorry that your standards for Man United, and if that's your standards, fair enough. That's not mine. That's what I will say. Do you remember somebody was saying this to me about Arsenal not long ago, and I was just saying, look, it is what it is. Like we have standards for certain football clubs, and when I look at Manchester United, Rashford is not the one that you put in that team sheet.
Peter,
that's not the one for me.
Peter, I'm going to read a few more comments, and then I'll give you my last.
And he's not top 5 left wingers. I mean, what are we talking about? He's not top 5.
Top 5 left wingers when he's at it. Crazy. Lola said, "You're moving as if it's Rashford's fault. Get a proper striker." Said Peter with the haymaker.
I'm not saying it.
Man called Rashford a backup dancer. Man has 20 plus goals in 2 consecutive seasons. Respect the growth. Stop being a Twitter guy. Rashford is one of the top players in Europe, goals and assists. What's this about? When you look at Rashford's age, there's no one his age that's putting up the numbers that he's putting up.
He's really
really?
Name them.
Really? Is it about age? Is it about age when he's been playing? He's been playing Premier League football since 2016. Are we going to go to age now? Is that what we're doing? Because it's about experience. It's not about how old you are. It's about how much you play. And he's played a hell of a lot of football. And
he scored a hell of a lot of goals in the last 2 years.
He's not done bad at all. And I'm not saying he's bad. Sorry. I thought Man United, my standards for Man United, it's not around what I'm seeing right now. They got rid of Lukaku, who, by the way, listen, Lukaku is a perfect example. They got rid of something that they thought, look, this isn't good enough. And that's Man United's standard.
And that was a bad example.
Well, it's a bad example to us because some of us believe in Lukaku, some don't. But, at the same time, it's like, let's keep the energy the same all over the pitch. Sorry, David, go through.
I don't give a flipping monkey to get to jump this subject. Move on to the next award, bruv.
That's why they asked you.
Who's goal of the week?
Like I said, Yarmolenko gets a fantastic mention because that was
fantastic salute.
What do you call it? A fantastic goal, and he would have won if we did not see what happened today. And unfortunately, that goal goes to Schick.
Yeah, Patrick Schick has to get it for me, man. It's from distance.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a hard goal to score.
It's hard. For me, I would on a normal day I would vote Yarmolenko because that's the goal. That goal was sensational.
It was superb.
But yeah,
superb.
Lola says, your standards for United are the same as those delusional Arsenal fans who think Arsenal are the same as back in the day. Your vim should be directed at the French guy, not Rashford.
No, look, Lola, I've given the French guy all the vim in the world. I'm just saying there's residue for Rashford. That's what I'm saying. There is some residue. And
residue.
And there's and the same with like Arsenal. I expect Arsenal to be at the elite level. You know what I mean? And David more so because that's why David is never convinced by the Arsenal that we've been getting, that we've been served up for the last 2 or 3 years, because it's not one that's fighting for league titles anymore. So that's what I'm saying.
Andrew, man, not that bad piece.
Yes.
Yeah, we pretty much done goal of the week, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Not that guy.
This gentleman, easy peasy.
Very
March 1985. Plays for Championship club Derby County, who almost got relegated this season from the Championship.
That's right.
Nice and simple.
But the skipper.
Oh, definitely the skipper, brother. Yeah, this guy played a major role in getting his national team to their first tournament since 1998, saving penalties against Israel and Serbia to get them to the tournament, bruv. And your first contribution, bruv.
No.
100.
Yes, he has to get it, bruv. He has to get it, bruv. I'm sorry, Pete, to disappoint you. I know you're part of the goalkeeping union, but bam. No, and here's why he's actually getting it. Do you know? Yeah, the longest ever goal in the Euro was Portland Springs. Yeah, 38 meters into Euro 2004. This guy was scoring bangers, bro. And today, Patrick Schick. Is it Schick?
Schick, yeah.
I don't want to do another Chigwell thing, but
Oh,
has broken that by flipping 11 meters, bruv. 49.7, bruv.
oh.
On the halfway line, bruv. Is that even in his own half plan? So, not that guy this week. Let me get his full name, bruv.
That is so hard.
David James Marshall. You're not that guy, bruv.
100%.
Are you Spider-Man, bruv?
1,000%.
It's a Peter
Oh
Parker.
my god.
You had too much haggis here, you Donny.
I agree in the system. I was waved.
I swear there's 2% alcohol in that iron brew, boy.
Brother.
That tastes different. That tastes
What?
different.
You can say about the alcohol. There's copper in there.
No,
Ain't stripper.
Why I'm giving it? No. SW6. Why I'm giving it to Marshall is Sky News, bruv. He is the picture in the article, bruv, of him hanging in the back of the net, bruv. Nah, bruv.
David said it, bro. Optics.
This image, listen, if Scotland go out here, this image is going to define them, bruv.
Yeah. No. It's defined them already. That is a classic, timeless image. Like it was a historical moment. It was a moment in history. It will go down in the reels, the BBC Three documentaries nobody watches. Yeah.
Did you see that? Did you see how the goal looked afterwards as well? The
goal was mash up.
The goal was mash up afterwards.
The whole net.
I was like, yo, that ground staff's got a lot of work to do tonight, bro.
In vain.
No.
They're still there. They're still working on it, bro. It's like 10 o'clock.
It's just for me. He was facing the wrong way and jumped into the net. Like, what are you doing?
Passion, Robin. Robin.
You weren't rescuing the situation, man.
Listen, man, he fought for the kilt. All the Scots out there, all the Scots respect the passion for the kilt.
Have you ever had like a heart in mouth moment where something happens, yeah? Like maybe you get off the bus and you tap your pockets to see if you left your phone, and like your heart sinks. Can you imagine what his heart was doing when that ball is flying in the air and he realizes, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it.
The thing is, for me, I would just be like, for flip's sake, they've not turned over the ball. Oh crap! That's what I would have been like. Like they've turned over the ball, and
No, but Pete, when the ball's in the air, there's like 3 seconds before it gets there. You have 3 seconds to think about this.
No, but the shit is never that though.
Honestly, he buried it. It was burial.
This is the best Top 4 podcast episode ever.
Do you know what I've noticed as well? Because it's got nothing to do with our football clubs.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
We're all stress free.
So like the banter, so any banter we've seen given to us by the Euros on a plate, we have enjoyed.
Yeah,
we have just eaten. Because let's deep it. A car rolled out onto the pitch to put the ball in the centre spot. Do you know how mad that is? Am I the only one that's laughing?
Guys, I was livid. I was like, you went, why?
It
was like
that sponsor.
There were so many funny things that happened international-wise. Remember the picture of the Ivory Coast team? It turned out to be fake, but I was still in tears.
Yeah, that was.
Oh yeah. Yo, that formation, Eric Bailly on the right wing, banter.
You know, Luka will be decent today, you know.
This guy.
It's got them flared and flicks and tricks, he knows.
He'll move like Solomon. Move like Solomon Kalou, like bang that, man. Get him out of the back.
Yeah, 40 balls and like 112 appearances.
he's got a shameful record. It's ridiculous.
It's probably better than that, to be fair. But
yeah, no, international football is one of the funniest. Like, it's the funniest football you will see in a thing. No word of a lie. It's some of the funniest stuff. But yeah, oh man, is that a wrap for this week's Top 4 podcast? Yeah,
I believe so. We're up to 106 subscribers. So,
still, bro.
Hey,
thank you very much, everyone.
We'll try
again. How long has it been? It's been like,
God, we've grinded, haven't we? We've grinded.
Since you started the actual StreamYard stuff.
Oh, the StreamYard was just lockdown, isn't it? Did we do the Dortmund Schalke game? Was that the first one?
No.
I think
no.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, it might have been. It might have been. We did one pre the season.
Yeah, like pre-projects restart, isn't it?
yeah, we
Oh,
did.
man.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's been
well,
fun.
Abby said,
Confirmed, man.
last. Well done, lads. Oscar, check my United lineup. I don't know what that's about.
Oh, you got a lineup with all the potential silence. Anyways, Peter, you're the boss, man. You have something to say about the channel reaching 100 subscribers.
Yes.
Give us speech. Give us
speech. No, on a real. Thank you to everybody that's helped us get over this 100 subs. We're gonna try and improve the content as much as we can. Hella banter FC. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're here for. We're here for the crack. And yeah, there's gonna be plenty more content for your head top. Thank you. I mean, we've been on this journey since what? 2014 was our very first podcast. I'll never forget it. And there was a bag of man in the studio. We're like 40 man deep. I'll never forget it. And so, yeah, man. So, what's it called? You know, we're going to continue. We're going to try and improve it. Hopefully, I mean, obviously, Boris is like extended now 4 weeks thing. So he's extended that. Hopefully, we can get back to like meeting up in the studio and all of us at the same time, because that would be hilarious. Because the fact that we've had to work around the internet thing and, letting people speak and blah, blah, like it's subdued the banter. When the banter kicks off in person, fam, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we should do a live one day. I don't know, like a live show. But
we definitely should.
No, but yeah, what's it called? Yeah, it's been great. It's been amazing. Like, yeah, we had no football last year. Yeah, on Thursday it will be the year since the project restart. Imagine that, bro. And I was ranting. I wanted the season to be over when David Luiz handballed the ball. You tried to control the ball with his nuts. I don't understand what I was all about.
A lot of scumbags did actually.
Huh?
They don't remember they wanted to take away Liverpool shine. They don't want us to win.
They didn't want us to win.
Criminals, man. A lot of them.
Oh, man. But yeah, we'll be back next week and we'll do exactly as we did today. We'll give a rundown of the games. Hopefully we can get through them. Yeah. There's quite a lot. There'll be a lot of games. We'll just bring out the spice. Anything that was worthy of note, we could just bring it out there.
And just a quick reminder that Chelsea are still champions of Europe. It feels amazing still.
International football now.
Every time a Chelsea player plays, I feel it again. But today, Scotland lost.
You had the nerve. By the way, you had the nerve to give us a picture of Yuri Zhirkov. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
What? You scumbag.
By the way,
I'm glad I didn't see that.
On him, stealing a living, nicking somebody else's international cap. The guy was subbed at 42 minutes. He should be nowhere near the Russian side.
He should have been
nowhere near it.
Not that guy.
He should have been not that guy.
What are we saying Friday? England, Scotland.
Friday. It's gonna be.
I'm on it, fam. We have to do a thing. I don't know where everyone's gonna be, but fam, I'm on it.
I'm in a bar. I'm in the bar.
Listen, I'm in the bar.
All right, but
hey, listen, don't get bottled.
Somebody please though.
Yeah, just don't get bottled. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, emotions are gonna be high, bruv. Just don't get
your
bottled.
presence.
It will be more dangerous at work because I work with Bear Scotsmen. So
I was gonna say, but it's Scots as well. So like, everyone's about blood. Everyone's about.
Yeah. Bit sticky.
You know them ones there. So that's going to be interesting.
Cool off.
It will be an exciting game. I think England will nick it. It will be an exciting game, though.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Scotland should be playing clearly.
So I was just going to say, I hope Robertson doesn't make himself public enemy number one. I can see him.
I'll tell you what.
He will, because Robertson's a scumbag, man. He will.
He is a scumbag.
He lives for it.
He's a scumbag. You know, today he did something to, I think, Soufal or someone like that, right? And I was just like looking at him thinking, you came from Hull. Just remember that, yeah? Just remember that. Not long ago, you were playing with left back with friggin' the fridge.
El Mohammedi, bruv.
With Yelovich up front.
As well, to be fair.
Yeah, Yelovich up front, scoring no goals. But yeah, Robbie's gonna get. Hey, Robbie, what would happen if you just got called? Hey, Blackie, what would you do?
Luckily, I'm in a place that is multicultural.
You better hope so.
Hopefully.
If it's north of Watford, be very careful. That's what I'm saying. In fact, north of Neasden, be very careful.
A couple cases like this.
Of when what you call it, Robertson loses. These Zinchenko, when Zinchenko loses, he looks like he's about to cry every time. It's hilarious.
Yeah, but Zinchenko was mad because it was his fault. He lost his man.
Differently. He lost his man differently.
Was he playing cam or something?
My days.
Yeah, shout out to Lola, man. Go to a pub that's in a mixed area, you're fine. I don't understand why they.
What's the thing in Peckham called? What's that thing? Prince of Peckham. That is the safest spot for everybody. Prince of Peckham. Just go down there. Anything with an SE or an SW postcode, you're fine. You'll be all right.
Yeah, to be
anything
fair.
else, it's a bit
Chelsea's SW.
Obviously avoid. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, yeah. just like Bermondsey, Bermondsey's SE.
I've never had a pint on the King's Road.
Say that again.
You never had a pint on the King's Road.
I did have one, but we're talking in 2013. You know what I'm saying? When racism was still mute. You know them ones.
What are you talking about?
Huh? When it was mute. When it was mute.
When did that happen?
Are you kidding me? You think? So you're telling me you could go to the King's Road now for the pub the same way you felt in 2013?
Yes.
I heard that actually. Like it wasn't mute, but this was in our face as much.
That's what I mean. I mean it was mute. I didn't say it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's like if you're on mute and you're talking, you are talking, but we just don't hear you.
Yeah, man.
It's either time to go to bed or it's time to watch Copa America.
Yeah, I'm currently watching.
I said Copa America. Listen, bro, I'm about to go on YouTube and find out how to get lean. What the flip is this? I'm about to get the hell out of here. No. Wait, no. Fat loss. Shredded. Jesus. Look at this guy's minds going straight into the gutter. Straight to the gutter.
Lola says some places in Bermondsey should be avoided. Yeah. Me and my mates went to a place in Surrey Keys and it was big EDO energy.
Hey, do you know what's mad, yeah? Outside
Canyon Town.
Greenwich is live.
Bro, I see pictures of this house in Highbury, yeah? And there's bare England flags around the house and I just didn't feel comfortable. It just felt like, and the thing is, why should I be feeling uncomfortable?
Why do English? I've seen this a lot on Twitter lately. Why do English flags scare people? Growing up, I never had that kind of fear of English.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm saying. Like literally, that it's only now where I'm just like I'm seeing hella English flags, and you're just like, you see that bloke that was booing the anthem in his house. He's not even facing the TV. He's just there booing. What's the matter with this bloke?
Loser, man.
I see your absolute scum, and yet he was probably jumping up and down when Raheem scored.
Of course he did.
You know what I'm saying?
I can vouch for Lola. Yeah, Greenwich is good pubs down there. I can say that.
Greenwich? Ooh.
Yeah.
But man, do you know my thing though? Anyone can boo the knee anyway.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And what happens then? If another black guy in the bar stands up, are you gonna stand with your brother or? It's an ethical dilemma.
What Adrian just said is a big dilemma, you know.
It's a big dilemma.
That's when you decide how black you are.
If you don't want none, just stay in your yard. You know what I mean? You just stay in the yard.
The thing is, sometimes you might even be on fighting, but you're like, oh, kickoff's about to start. I don't want to fight now.
There's so many things that play.
I'll swing the game. I don't want to fight right now.
You have to look at your surroundings. How many? What is it? 15 on 4? Is it?
Who knows what? Yeah. Who knows what? Who knows what drink, what number this drink is as well? Because that's the thing. Like, and the more you have, the more you feel like, hey, I could take him on. I can get a bit edgy.
Really? There.
And then you could end up next to a COVID patient. You know what I mean? There's a lot at stake. There's a lot of things at stake.
What's the worst thing? Do you know what's the worst thing? The people that actually booed probably went mad when Sterling scored. I'm thinking,
scumbags, isn't it? Scumbags.
What's wrong with you?
And that's the funny thing. Like when I see England Stadium filled with England fans, I'm thinking like I don't know if you lot saw any like other races besides Caucasian in the crowd, but it did feel like this is Sunderland away, fam. You know what it was? It did not feel like I'm in Northwest London. It did not feel like that at all because you have to count how many white people there are in Northwest. You know, do you know what it was? Or it's like, or maybe they're Irish and it's like, Irish, Jamaicans, you know what I mean? Everyone's all chilling and maxing.
But at the end of the day, I will say this. There's nothing wrong with anyone going to the pub, regardless of what colour you are. Like,
no, not
it's
wrong,
calm.
of course not.
Yeah,
That's not
it's calm.
yeah.
Like, don't feel like you can't go to the pub just because, you're black or Asian or what stuff. Nah, go enjoy yourself.
Yeah, but I feel like sometimes people have, like, legitimate fears.
That's
but then
the thing.
When the legitimate fears come about, then they talk about it, and then other people get irrational fears off the base of someone else's story. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get you. That's the thing, isn't it? It's legit fear now.
Yeah.
It's them ones where it's just like, and the fear is that not that you're gonna get beat up, but the fear is that do I stand my ground and then get beat up?
But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying, the irrational fear is like throughout the Euros, there's bare English flags, but people are now going to be like, I can't go to a place with an English flag, which is like,
I heard that.
It's unfair, but you can clearly see where it comes from. There's a clear.
Do you know what it is? Because do you know what? The England fans booing the knee caught me off guard. Like it just caught me off. It wasn't something I was expecting.
Yeah, same. I expected it from Chelsea fans. I didn't expect that from England fans. But
the only thing that was like a little bit of like light was like, okay, it was up at Middlesbrough. Is it a case where it's like that over there? Do you know what I didn't know. But then even at Wembley, the thing is,
I went to Wembley and booed. You know how black Wembley is.
Bro, have they seen Wembley? Have they been to
They only see Wembley Way. They only see Wembley Way, and that's it.
They literally go from the Park Station, that Wembley Park Station across.
Wembley Park Station. Home.
Bro, if you listen,
Wembley Central is like Delhi,
bro. Wembley Central, you have to count on your hand how many white people there are. You go to Chalk Hill Estate, you know what I'm saying? You're next to Press Road and Neaston. Holy smokes, there's no grace. There's no grace.
Because that side is all black. Wembley Central is all like Asian.
Like New Zealand.
There ain't no white area. There's no white part of Wembley.
No, blood. You're lucky if they're in Sudbury. You know them ones there. But yeah, anyway.
Lola is right, man. The English flag, we don't give off the vibe. But I feel like we spoke for too long, innit? We need to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Oh, England. We'll end on that note. Hopefully England can bring it back and let it be the Jamaicans of Raheem Sterling and your Marcus Rashfords that bring us the glory. You know what I'm saying? And the Bukayo Sakas. And whatnot. By the way, lastly, Calvin Phillips. Have you seen this story that went on a newspaper recently about Calvin Phillips? Is how he's been brought up. He's come through his mum was laying in a sofa, his Irish mum was laying in a sofa. Meanwhile, his Jamaican dad, who was not there, was in jail. I'll sit there thinking, for flip's sake, not another case, guys. Another case it is.
Messi just bagged a free kick because he's that man.
Leo, who are they playing?
And it's Chile.
Is Alexis
the person that needs to win an international trophy is that man. He needs to win Copa America. He needs to win it.
Who? Messi?
Yeah. I need him to be 1-1 Ronaldo, just because.
I need to have one. Yeah, in 2014. How funny is that? Guys, thoughts on games being at Wembley? I don't like it because it's too empty. Yeah, you know me. Listen, they should knock Wembley down, bro. Bun that. Let's play. Yeah. I'm all for...
He said Villa Park.
Yeah, man.
No, you're boy.
No, man. I love it. I loved it when there was no Wembley and England were playing at different grounds. I loved that, man. That was sick.
Crap. That's rubbish.
Yeah.
We saw them play at the Riverside and they booed the anthem. That's crap. Lola said immigrant blood needs to be the only goal.
Why? Who gave the assist to Sterling?
Calvin Phillips.
Okay, so some jammer. It was a jerk seasoning. That's what it was, boy.
Bro,
you know the ones.
Calvin Phillips has got flipping locks.
I'll tell you, the English are hating it, bro. This hairstyle. What the heck is this hairstyle?
Like Post Malone.
Villa Park. You don't need to relax with this Villa Park thing. I don't know why.
Villa Park is sick, though. What are you talking about?
It's not.
Have you been the whole end? Have you gone down to the whole end?
I haven't been to Villa Park, but it's like I remember they used to have the FA Cup semi-finals there. That was cool. It's not a major tournament kind of thing.
Wembley, bro. Wembley is. Let's keep it a buck. Wembley's not all that. And you don't look all that either.
Huh?
Yeah,
It's not.
No, Wembley.
It's not aesthetically pleasing to me.
Really? I thought Wembley.
Like inside, especially inside.
Right.
When I think inside,
need to write this up right.
it's a
Bandem?
bit different.
It's bedtime.
Okay. Robin's called the shots. It's time to go to bed. Everyone get that rest, get that sleep. You know what I'm saying? And wake up for the heavy group tomorrow. We've only got 2 games, but they're going to be crackers.
If you're going out on Friday, get that pump as well. You never know.
Oh yeah. Get that cardio session early as well. If you're trying to add more calories, you better make sure you can deplete yourself first. At Top 4 Podcast on the Twitter, on the Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, Instagram as well. We've got an Instagram page as well. So at Top 4 Podcast. Thank you for the 100+ subscribers. Here's 200, and let's move on and upwards with that, people. Peace.